Should I start or do you start, Bee?
Yeah, okay, I'll start. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Frostwalkers podcast. In this episode, Bee admits to you that he stopped keeping count a long time ago. But also in this episode, Bee is going to shut the hell up in a few seconds because we have another DM. And it's not Livi. It's Shea.
Yep.
What?
It me.
I'm sorry, Livi. I'm sorry.
Next time, I'm sure.
Yeah. The next holiday, we got you.
Oh, for sure. I'm probably going to run this and then be like, wow, DMing is difficult. And then you guys can have fun until the next time I decide to
Yeah. How's it feel to be on my side of things for once, huh?
Stressful, but also very fun.
I'm glad. I am glad. I just had to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no, I actually.
You jettison my gift.
It's definitely been an experience, but I've enjoyed it a lot. I've worked really hard on this. We actually had a test run, that maybe will be released instead of this. Well, it kind of just depends on how things go. So, anyways, let's jump right into it. I am very excited. Hopefully, you guys are too.
Yay.
I'm excited.
Editing notes.
Okay, so I've got a little opening for you guys. A lot has happened in the months since your fight with the Malsum. Sari made some new friends, Andre spoke with some old ones, Rowan saved a magical deer, and Calem's let his hair grow out, so that's exciting. No, I'm joking. Calem's actually been through...
What is exciting? Speaking as someone who basically has the Calem hair now.
It's true.
You're right.
I forgot to mention we have Spy on this episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, I'm Spyglass. I've been on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
You're just one of us now. We don't even need to like. You're just like.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Calem's actually probably been through the most out of everyone, to be honest. But
he did take care of some kids.
Yes.
He did watch over some kids.
Mm-hmm. He watched over some kids. He talked to, well, no, his friends talked to a ghost and then told him about it. But anyways, with all that in mind, one thing has been made very clear. Your peaceful summer is coming to a close, and a new enemy is awakening. It's fallen Timshel once again. Additionally, you've each been visited by the ghost of Anna. She's told you of the coming threats, as well as her plan for resurrection. However, it'll be some time before she's ready to return to the mortal plane, and right now there are more pressing matters at hand. The last time Calem met up with the face cards, they discovered Jarlaxle's plot to pull the floating city of Sylum out of the sky in order to establish a new Luskan. Valerian and Theo, the hypnomancers who helped you during your battle with the Malsum, as well as 3 out of 4 of the face cards, are from this very city. In the past week or so, they've reached out to you to enlist your help in an investigation. They fear Jarlaxle's plan may be more elaborate than they initially thought, and the Malsum has left many questions unanswered. It's a chilly September morning, and you've all been called to Calem's palace. What do you do?
Calem's the one who called them, so...
Calem's just waiting, probably. What?
Yeah.
One would hope.
You just see him like run in from a side door, dropping like his bag and stuff from teaching the kids from a day.
Oh, yeah, this is happening a bit. I'd say it's like midday, so maybe he teaches class in the morning. So is it just Calem in the palace right now, or have you two? Are you two there yet?
I was just gonna wonder if is like Rowan here, or is it just me and Zhetai?
It is just you and Zhetai. Andre, for reasons she may or may not have specified, has decided that she is busy. And Rowan, because you all have so many pets now, you've all kind of determined that Rowan's going to be pet sitting. You probably let her down a bit easy, said like, hey, we understand, like Sylum's a big city, and there aren't really very many plants there, and that's not really your vibe. It's kind of a miracle that anyone in Sylum can breathe air, considering there's like very little
No
plants.
They sell their air.
B, no.
My name's O'Hare, I'm one of you. I live right here in Sylum too.
I hate how well that works.
No! No!
And now you know how it feels.
You've already broken your DM.
Well,
Congratulations.
what can I say except
No. No more copyrights.
Anyways.
yeah, Zhetai is definitely enjoying the cool September air. He takes a deep whiff.
Okay.
The fall. I look forward to the fall every year.
Oh.
The fall of man.
No.
Thanks, Zhetai.
You'll get some of that later. Anyways. Anyways.
Thanks, I hate
My
it.
very own personal micropocalypse.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yep.
Just what every kid dreams of.
Uh-huh. Anyways. Yeah, so Sylum's Rowan has been left with the pets because she's determined that she doesn't really want to go to Sylum. Also, Rowan's not like the stealthiest person in the world. Like, she's not really rogue material, so that's probably another reason.
She's soft mom material, not thief material.
Yeah, she makes loud noises when she gets startled, which is not a thing that Shea was like, oh yeah, pre-making Rowan's character, this is just a thing that she'll do. No, like in-game, Rowan just makes these noises that come out of my mouth, and I'm like, you're so weird. Why are you like this?
Any D&D character parent
Yep.
feels the same way.
Yep. Anyways, so once you guys all make it inside and meet up with Calem, you'd probably be going over like some plans, like what you plan to do, what the deal is.
And also like skyship rhetoric. Just like skyship courtesy, just like, and no one brings snacks unless my juice specifically says so. And then like he shakes his head, just goes like, oh my god, I sound like I'm talking to the kids. Oh god.
It's starting.
Yeah.
We're not having 2001 Boldly Go again.
Nah, the skyship face cards are pretty chill. You can kind of do, I mean, maybe don't like try to pilot the airship, but
Nuts.
There's a reason why Sari said that. We have an inside joke about that. Anyways, I've said anyways a lot so far.
You have. But anyway, wait, shit.
It is taking every single ounce of my self-control not to go the full McGucket.
So, yes. Are you guys just kind of talking, going over plans? What is that like?
I think we're just chilling, going over plans, yeah.
Yeah, do you think
Speaking of,
yeah.
what are we doing?
Simple. I received notification from one of the governesses of Sylum. Her name's Oleta. She's Ren's mom. So I don't know if I should refer to her by Miss Oleta or Ren's mom or Miss Hulette or just Oleta. So, the etiquette is scrambled in my brain, so I have to consider that. But also, more importantly, probably, they have some sort of thing they asked us to do, and quite frankly, do you know how much paperwork it takes to get any sort of consultation with the people of Sylum? I'll take what I can get.
I just really want you to walk in there into this like super official council Capitol building where she works and just be like, "Hi, Miss Rin's mom."
Hi, Miss Rin's mom, Oleta Hugh.
Yeah.
Better than walking in there and saying, "Yo, sup, diggity dogs."
Yeah.
Howdy, I'm here to talk all them politricks.
Oh, them politics. Hey, you didn't need to call out our country right now.
Yeah, I don't trust them folks. They got them secret magics. It's why I'm wearing my tinfoil headphones.
Okay.
Okay.
We caught our fun.
So,
Coated with phlebotinum.
I don't even know what you just said. So, in the
Neither do I.
middle of this beautiful
Let him be.
conversation, you hear a low rumbling outside. Would you like to go investigate that? Although you might already know what it is.
You just hear Calem just go, "Ride's here. All right. All our jokes about politics can wait."
Yeah, you maybe don't want to joke about politics with people who live there. Although maybe they'd be willing. I mean, maybe it's like America and they can joke about their own town. Anyways,
We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'm just imagining Calem's Stone of Far speech like vibrates, and it just says, "It's Uber. I'm outside."
yeah, Maiju sends Calem a text like your Uber is here.
Your fantasy Uber.
Maiju has started a airship ride sharing service. She's making bank.
Oh yeah, for sure. So once you get outside, you see that I'd say like medium-sized airship has landed not too far from the castle. It's fall, so the wind generated from the propellers is stirring up some colorful leaves. And a smallish Avarial girl with tan skin and white hair and pigtails, two little pigtails, flutters down from the door of the cockpit and gives you a smile. And I wish that Rev was here to do her voice, but it's time to get going. Hop in.
Calem just brings on a little bag and it's just like, if I can't do my work in the castle, I'll do my work in the play.
You gotta grade those papers somehow.
Exactly. Even though it is just like basic magic, but you know, I'm sure it won't be anything. I'm sure I won't need to put red ink on any one of them.
I'll my dude.
All I can think of now is,
Sure, but
hey yo, if there's a Taiwan Jones at Harvard, boy, you failed the fuck out of your midterm.
Yeah, my dude just kind of like cracks a little smirk and is just like, "I'll be sure to keep the ride nice and steady for you, so that you can work on your papers." And she
Thanks.
Zhetai just like chucks a thumb at Sari. Is this fun? Good luck.
I promise not to touch it this time. And besides, you guys didn't die. You're all still here.
We didn't die. That is a good point.
But the trauma makes me wish I did.
I did a good job until you all started nitpicking me, and then I accidentally flew into space.
Which admittedly was incredibly impressive.
Yeah. Did you ever fly into space?
It was, but I would rather not boldly go again.
Rin's just like has the like to quote B, there is no war in Ba Sing Se eyes. Like Rin is just having some like Rin is just having war flashbacks to this event. Just like,
Calem, Calem just kind of puts his hand on Sari's back, like, "Don't worry about it, sis. Besides, how revolutionary is that? Ships that fly in space? I'm certain that there's absolutely no one doing that right now congruently." Go listen to 20
Wow, that was a nasty cold we all got at the same time.
simultaneously. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have allergies.
Ew. So, yeah, you guys board the ship.
Cool. I like the ship. The ship is cool.
Zhetai just sort of does a little bow. Zhetai Kwan.
Oh.
Sort of at Maiju. I should have finished that because they've never been introduced before. He
Yeah.
sort of like strides up to her, does a little courtesy bow. Zhetai Kwan, at your service.
Oh. Hello. It's nice to meet you. I think like side eye Calem a little bit. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be here. Like, it's nice to hear.
Calem gives you a thumbs up of like, he gives her back just the thumbs up of like, "We're good. This is fine."
Okay. She kind of just like shrugs and nods and goes back to piloting. So yeah, I'd say that the interior of the of this airship is it's a bit like it's a bit like an airplane. There are 2 rows of about 6 seats on either side. So you can kind of take your pick of where you want to sit. Rika and Mimi are in the seat. Rin is kind of in a seat by himself behind them, and then the rest of the seats are just kind of open.
Cool.
Calem's gonna do that thing every second grader does when their friend is getting on the bus with them, is that they wait to see where their friend sits.
I see. Oh,
Or
that's
instead of one friend, they're torn between Rin and Sari, and now there's a problem.
I see. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If he were to sit next to Rin, Sari would probably be like directly behind him. Or, if he'd sit next to Sari, then Rin would be right in front of him. So either way, it works out.
Yeah.
Sorry, at this
Zhetai
moment.
crashes across the back couch, just across the whole back row.
It's not a couch. This isn't that fancy of a ship.
But yeah,
Did I fucking stutter?
whole back
Yeah,
row. Just...
yeah, the whole back. Well,
Whole back
actually,
row.
you did. You said couch.
Okay, fair. But whole back row, he's just
Okay, cool. Is he rolled up like a cat, or is he just like
he's stretched out like a cat.
cool? Does he look like one of those long cats?
He looks like a cat that's being a jerk and wants to take up all the seats.
Nice.
One of my cats.
So where does Sari sit to ease Calem's mind?
I think knowing Sari, she doesn't know Rin very well. She doesn't know Rika. She doesn't know Mimi. She's barely met Zhetai as she cartwheeled past him. Literally almost a year ago.
I always forget that her default mode of transportation is just
Cartwheeling.
cartwheel.
Do you want to cartwheel the Sylum? Sorry,
I mean, she could
start
do it. If there's anyone to
just
do it.
start, and then we'll put the shooting star music behind you, and
You'll get there.
you can just cartwheel into the air.
It turn into Sonic. Sorry, the Hedgehog.
We already have
Fantastic.
Defos.
I was gonna say,
Fantastic.
I mean, since Sylum is a flying city, I was gonna say it'd be more like Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove.
That's fair.
Okay, fair.
I have no idea. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what Sari does though is she turns to Calem. She's like, "Where do you want to sit? I don't know these people."
Here, he takes the seat across the aisle from Rin and takes the front seat and tells Sari to sit on his right, so that way he's between the two of them and he can talk to both.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
that's
That
fair.
works.
Crisis,
That works.
crisis averted.
Oh, I was imagining that it was 2 seats to a row, but yeah, maybe it's 3. Well, I mean, most airplanes have 3, so you know
Yeah.
what? Just for the sake of wholesomeness,
Yeah, Calem is
I'm
sitting next to Rin.
I'm the
and...
DM this time. I have the power to change
Yes,
that if
you
I
do.
want to.
You have the wholesome power.
So much power. No. Anyways,
We all need to be afraid.
yeah.
Hey.
So the ship takes off.
Chat.
Oh, I see it.
Oh my God.
Zhetai.
Oh my word!
Oh my God.
I've been just
Long
sitting
cat.
here
Long
trying to ignore it.
Oh my God. Okay, anyways. So, yes, the ship finally takes off. You are now in the sky. That's cool. Maiju is a very good pilot, so I'd say that your ride is pretty smooth. And as you rise above the clouds, it's a little while before you see anything. Mostly just clouds for a bit. But then at a certain point, you see this little speck in the distance, which quickly grows in size as you approach. As you get closer, the floating city comes into view. Tall, elaborate buildings reach towards the heavens, and smokestacks from factories billow white clouds into the sky. Your small skyship is quickly caught up in the swarm of dozens of others of varying sizes and colors. You see an Aarakocra man wearing a cap and carrying a bag of mail whiz past you with a smile and give you a 2-fingered salute. As the clouds part, you find yourself hovering above the city, and you notice that a railway has been built throughout, which is something many of you have probably never seen before. No trains on the beach. You pass the main part of the city and get to a slightly more open area, where there is a wide landing dock for airships. It's kind of a rectangular building. It looks kind of like a combination between an airport and also a train station and also that place in Star Wars where you dock your ships. Like
Oh, like a spaceport. Yeah.
yeah,
I have a pretty good idea of what you're
it's like a
building up.
it's like a spaceport but way more steampunk.
Mhm.
I have an image. Give me like 1 second.
Oh, so it's like the landing dock kind of from Treasure Planet almost.
Yes, very similar to that. So so you get out, and Maiju would kind of just see you off, tell you like see you later, take the skyship back up into the sky and fly off. And the rest of you are kind of left in this area, and you actually
Maichu's got more orders than this.
yeah. Maiju's Uber service is very busy. He gets a lot of calls. Anyways,
Especially in this city?
oh yeah, there's a lot of people. Actually, that brings me to my next point. It is very loud here when you get out because there are many, many, many skyships coming and going of all like different shapes and sizes and colors. It's pretty cool actually if you've never been in a place where there are lots of skyships. I would say that most of the people that you see around here look like they are from Sylum. There's definitely a certain way that people dress here. Oh, I forgot to mention, you landed in Upper Sylum. There are two. Sylum is, because it's a floating city, it's been built kind of interestingly. There's like this lower part of it, which would be Lower Sylum, and that's more where there are like, it's a more industrial area. There's more like factories, and then Upper Sylum is a bit more like, say, New York. It's like the bigger city. It's a bit shinier, more ritzy. So that's you're
It's Columbia.
it's yeah. I've been trying to just avoid saying it's Columbia, but yeah, it's just Columbia. Yeah. So you're in Columbia. I mean Sylum. Haha. So yeah, so most of the people that you see around look like they are from here. Maybe some are going to other places throughout Faerun. Maybe others are just kind of like going to and from work. A lot of the people, I mean, Sylum is definitely a place that's very comfy for people who can fly, like say Aarakocra or Avariel, which are winged elves, which is what Rin is. ASMR are another. So definitely you see a lot of people here with wings, but for those who can't get around flying or just the distance is too far, people definitely travel a lot by skyship. So there are some people here who are just like work. But then you also see quite a few people who look like they are tourists. Like you can tell that they're coming from other places. There's this little gnomish boy who exits an airship, and he's holding a book on just like technology, just like built like invention building, and he's just, his eyes are darting around. He just looks like overjoyed to be here. So then at that point, Rin turns to you and he goes, normally Maiju and I would just fly from here, but seeing as the rest of you don't really have wings, we'll be taking another mode of transport. And Rika kind of turns to you with a big grin and she says, you guys are going to like this. And so Rin and Rika would kind of lead you through this crowd of people, with Mimi following behind them, to another little building not too far away, where there's a man selling basically what look like steampunk mopeds.
I want that. I need that in my life. That's something I need. Hey.
Well, good for you, because you're gonna get one right now.
Yes.
Yep. Rin hands the guy some cash, and he nods. And yeah, you get cool motorcycles now. They're about big enough for 2 people to ride. So who is sharing these?
Hang on, are they flight capable, or are they at like actual?
Yeah, they're like
wheeled
wheeled motorcycles. They're not flight capable. Yeah, you'll be going through the streets, but it'll be a bit faster than walking.
A hell of a lot faster than walking.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to posit a headcanon for a moment, I know a lot of the trainways in Sylum much like the trains in the Plane of Eberron use the lightning rail mechanic, which is like part magic, part rails. So this image of like lightning coming from these tires is just fucking sick.
That is very cool, and like
That's so rad.
that's really cool.
Nice.
I want to say that's okay, sure.
Lightning rod.
Yeah. That's way too cool to not be canon, so I'll just say that it.
Okay.
Anyways, so they are it's not like a lot of lightning. It's like little sparks.
Yeah.
You know?
I just think that there's like a faint blue coming from parts. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's kind of a faint blue glow.
Half Tron, half steampunk. I
This
dig
is
it.
fucking sick.
Yes. It's really cool. I had this idea earlier today, and this is cool. Anyways, just complimented myself again.
Fine.
Anyways,
You get to do that. Trust me.
Self-love.
cool. Anyways, someone needs to like take a shot every time I say anyways, and you'll be drunk in like very quickly.
Yeah.
In like very quickly.
So, yeah. So how are you guys seated? You have there's two people who can sit on each one. I mean, if someone wants one just by themselves, that's fine too.
Calem,
But-
what?
Zhetai takes one, just like immediately goes for it.
Okay.
Because he is not letting Sari drive the one that he's on.
Okay, fair. But
Rika and Mimi probably share, considering.
Yeah, unless someone wants to ride with Rika instead.
No, Andre's not here.
yeah, I think Sari wants to ride with Calem.
Okay.
Aw.
And
Can I
Calem
drive?
thinks about it for a second and just looks at the papers he still has to do. Yeah, okay.
Awesome! It'll be really safe, I promise.
Okay, but I get way back.
Aw.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Awesome. Thanks, sis.
That's cute. This is just a cute visual to me. I actually want to imagine that Rika has one by herself because she's just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna look freaking cool on this motorcycle by myself.
She cast prestidigitation on it to make it black because she's that person.
Yes. I think that Evan would appreciate that if they were here.
Just fucking Ghost Rider it.
Mm-hmm. And
Nice.
Mimi actually kind of looks to Rin and is just like, I really want to drive. And just like, yeah, okay. And so Mimi would take the front and he'd take the back. Also, his wings take up some space, so it's better for him to be behind her. So it's kind of like,
Fair.
yeah, it's like almost like they almost look like, you know, that cute thing of like the guy and the girl on the moped, except for it's switched.
I love it.
Adorable.
Yeah. He's blushing a little bit, sitting behind her, kind of with his
trying to break papers on a moped.
yeah, as you guys are zooming down the street, you might notice he's like blushing a little bit as he wraps his arms around her.
Who are we following? Who's leading the way? Is the question.
I
Because I
would
guarantee you, me
say-
and Sari have no idea where the fuck we're going.
Yeah, I'd say that Rika is leading the way, and then
Alright.
Rin and Mimi are like very close behind them.
Because Rika's just that way.
Yeah. So as you're zooming down the street, you make it your way back into the main capital city. The streets are crowded with well-dressed elves, Esamar, Avariel, Aarakocra, Ergenasi, and the Odd Human, as well as many others you may not have seen before. There's actually a Gif man and his wife. Gif are these big hippo creatures, and he's wearing a pinstripe vest and some small round glasses. And his wife wears this big sun hat decorated with flowers, and they're pushing a little baby carriage.
Oh.
And yeah, there's a little baby hippo in there. And there is just tech everywhere. Like, you have not seen anywhere like this before. Well, maybe you have, but probably not. Many of the buildings and street lamps have fluorescent lights. People are walking robotic pets. You actually see another couple ride past you in a fancy carriage that's led by this mechanical horse. It's like being in New York, except for it's like this strange blend of the 1800s and also the 1920s. And yeah, it's just bustling streets, and you actually see Rin from his seat on the back of the motorcycle turn back to you guys with a big grin, and he just kind of makes a gesture with his arm and says, well guys, looks like we're here. Welcome to Upper Sylum. You get a little bit farther into town. You just kind of see more of the hustle and bustle. There are quite a few shops that maybe later if you get some time you might want to check out. And then Rin turns back to you again and he's kind of shouting, and he just says, "My mom told us we should meet with her to discuss how to go over this. We don't live very far from here, but you're more likely to find her in the Capitol building. We'll lead you there." So,
What?
What?
What did you say?
I said we don't live too far from here, but my mom lives in the Capitol building and we're going there.
You don't like your ears?
What? He kind of like puts his like, he has these little like feathery ears that look a bit like, they look a little strange. Like not all of Ariel have them, so he kind of like blushes a little bit.
Calem just kind of like sends a message cantrip to everyone. Is just like, shut up and focus. It's on the road.
Yeah. I also just realized I said that Oleta lives in the Capitol building. That is not true. I don't know why I said that. She does not live there.
She might practically live there.
Like Calem.
It's true. She does practically live there.
May I just point out, they are traveling at speed on fantasy steampunk mopeds through a steampunk city. It is going to be loud.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's super loud. No, it's super loud.
Calem message cantrips everyone. Eyes on the road. We'll talk.
You actually see like Rika like swerve really quickly. Or actually maybe it's Mimi who swerves because they were the ones talking. Anyways. So after a while you get to the Sylum Capitol building. The Capitol building, similarly to Calem's castle, is in the center of the city. It's the tallest building in Sylum, and it's actually quite modern looking. It's a very tall, rectangular-shaped building with these two large pillars holding up an arch above a massive doorway. Yeah, just to get an image in your head, there's like this tall, very tall building, and then kind of like a Roman-style entryway with this big, huge door and these two pillars, and then an arch above that, and then on either side of that are these two very, very large blue banners that have the town symbol on it, which is a upwards pointing triangle in the center of this image with an arch above it, and then a smaller circle above that, and then framing it are a set of avian wings. This is the symbol for Upper Sylum. And as you maybe park your bikes and walk up the steps to the entryway, you see another gift man standing at the door, and you can tell immediately from looking at him that he's the security, and he kind of narrows his eyes at you a little bit.
Howdy.
Oh.
Like hail and well met and all that jazz.
Like hail.
Cowabunga and groovily met, dudes.
Oh, I hate it.
No, not in this world.
He
Oh, God,
like
come on.
raises an eyebrow at you.
We're with Calem. I'm his sister.
Hi. He just
I
pokes
know.
his head. He pokes his head out, and you see his face kind of like just a little dizzy, and
Aw.
and he just like starts like trying to pick up a paper that got,
Well, doesn't he have like a bag or something? He would have.
Yeah, he's trying to put them in the bags. Oh.
Oh, so he's still kind of like narrowing his eyes at you, but then he sees Rin kind of like get off the motorcycle, probably also like a little bit dizzy, similar to Calem, but Mimi did a good job of driving. So,
Sorry, did a
once he
good job
sees-
of driving. Calem just gets motorsick.
Oh. He and Rin share that in common. Cool. So, yeah, so he's still kind of narrowing his eyes at you until he sees Rin, and his expression kind of changes a bit, and he says, "I'm not very good at doing voices when I can do them when I'm a player character because I just have to think about doing one voice. I'm not good at doing a lot of different voices." But he says,
Same.
"Oh, Master Hewlett, that was horrible. I'll just talk in my normal. Master Hewlett, happy.
Oh, Master Hewlett.
You do a way better job of his voice than I do.
I can.
Happy to see you again. And what of the rest of you? What business do you have entering the capital?"
I'm following that guy, pointing at Rin.
Yeah, I'm with him. He's my brother and stuff. I know I'm a gnome and he's an elf, but we're related by our mom, who's a tiefling.
This man looks like so confused, and he kind of just like glances back to Rin, like, are you serious? Are they with you? And he kind of just gives him a nod, like, yes, they are, and he shrugs and would let you inside.
Zhetai is like still standing there making a face. You can almost like see the calculations like floating around his head.
Oh, about what Sari said?
Yeah.
So this gift man, his name is Thomas. He lets you enter the building, and you're escorted down a long hallway with white walls and pillars on either side of you, resembling the ones that you saw outside, but smaller, as well as more of the same blue banners. There are statues, paintings of governors and governesses of the past, council members throughout history, and a few larger and more decorative paintings on as well, just like landscapes and like historical events and that kind of thing. As you walk down this hallway, you see there are some closed doors, which you could assume might be different offices. And he stops in front of one, and kind of just like gives you a nod, like gives Rin a nod, and walks off. And he kind of a bit like timidly knocks on the door and cracks it open a little bit and kind of peers in and is just like, mom, we're here now. And you see a quite tall Avarial woman sitting at a desk. She's in her early 50s. She's stately but graceful. She has olive-colored skin, short brown hair that sort of flips upwards in the back. Think kind of like Pearl from Steven Universe hairstyle. And this is very striking, pale blue eyes, very similar to Rin's, and large golden brown wings. And she's wearing a white and gold cloak with the crest of Upper Sylum on it, as well as a small pin that has another symbol on it, which is kind of like these two intersecting rays of light and a circle in the center. This is Governess Oletta.
Oh. Hi, Governess Miss Rin, like starts like flipping through his notes on like, you know what, screw this. Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Zhetai does the bow again. A pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I am Zhetai Kwan.
Oh, she kind of like looks to Calem. To be completely honest, I was just expecting you.
Well, I mean, when a situation gets like this, always best to bring in the cavalry, right?
I suppose. She.
Don't worry, Sari and Zhetai are some of my best. And I mean that with absolute sincerity.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Aw, thanks, bro.
I want really badly to imagine, like, the image that I got in my head is, you know, that scene from Band Geeks, the SpongeBob episode, where like Squidward is like this is my band, and then you cut to SpongeBob and he's doing this like silly little dance.
Sari's doing a cartwheel and Zhetai's like looking at the
Yeah.
rafters.
And she just kind of goes like, I see. All right then. Rin, darling, would you pull up a seat for them? We have a lot to discuss. And Rin would kind of nod and pull up some seats for them to sit down.
Calem would pull his seat and just like, I can do it. This is fine. Rin, you can pull up your own seat. This is fine.
Hang on, are there actually rafters?
This is not a very big room. This is like an office building. So
Oh damn it.
so like this is an office. So I would say no. There are some like bookcases that like maybe you could get on top of.
No, I'm not gonna scale the bookcase. I was gonna see if there were rafters so we could just sort of flip up and hang upside down while the others sit normally. Normal people.
Normal.
Yeah.
Normal situations normally.
Mm-hmm.
Zhetai takes a seat. Zhetai actually sits cross-legged on a chair,
Mm-hmm.
like an insane person.
Cute. So, yeah, she'd kind of like clear her throat a little bit, like seeing you do that. She says, well, as I said before, I was not expecting so many of you, but it's always glad to meet more of Calem's friends. How have you enjoyed your time in Upper Asylum so far?
The
it's
whirlwind
really
tour we
cool.
received was between Eloise's piece on magical history and Carl's bit about hot healing buns. I think I've managed to actually get a pretty good view of the place.
What?
Carl is one of my students, and he is steadfast in the belief he can only cast Healing Word if he plays Hot Crust Buns on his recorder. Ergo, he has dubbed the spell Hot Healing Buns.
That's nice, dear.
No.
All right then.
I was asking how have you enjoyed your time in Sylum so far? The question was directed.
I liked
It's
it.
been
The
great.
question was directed more
I really
towards.
liked it. I got to drive a moped and I drove really fast, and Calem got to grade more papers.
Mm-hmm.
Architecturally, it is a very interesting place. Very efficient use of vertical space. I'm impressed. However, the noise level is what is word? How you say? Catastrophic.
You see her smile a bit awkwardly at that. Yes, it can be quite noisy here. We house quite a few people. It's a popular city. I appreciate you complimenting the architecture. My husband and I actually took part in its design.
Oh, it is a planned city. I did not get that from the street plans that we took. Interesting. Very interesting. You took a randomized pattern to the layout, I see. Curious.
You see like Oletta's face like light up, and she like wants to keep talking about this, but Rin kind of just gives her the look of like, Mom. So
See, I feel like they're both architecture nerds, but for very different reasons.
well, I'm not gonna get like too much into backstory stuff, but Rin's father was an inventor named Liren, and he helped to basically, well, okay.
I think Calem could say like, "Oh, I know about this," and then briefly just kind of runs that by them,
Yeah. So basically, like, Rin and his mother are Avarial, which are basically like winged elves. So they have the same lifespan as elves. So like back many years ago, Rin's father, Liren, kind of laid out the main design for Sylum. He was kind of like the leading architect on building this city.
Yeah, Zhetai just like studies urban architecture and urban layout because he needs to form escape plans and break in routes and shit.
I see.
So Calem's giving this absolute nerd talk, and Zhetai's just like, that's great. But Calem does say the one interesting thing about the story is it's a bit of an urban legend, but there's a myth that Liren managed to come up with the entire plan in one night. So I'm certain that it took a little bit more time than that.
You see her kind of like she smiles, but like her you can see there's a little bit of like sadness in her smile. And she kind of like shakes it off and she's like, "Oh, yes, right." And she then kind of stands up from her seat, kind of getting ready to like you basically you know that like she's ready to start like going over plans with you. So she stands up and she says, "As you know, I am one on a council of 12 members who govern things here in Upper Sylum. As you can imagine, news that someone intends to see our city destroyed is not something we take lightly. The last time we met, Maya Myth," she looks over to Mimi, "relayed to me the information you found when you infiltrated the Brigandarth headquarters. It appears that Jarlaxle has planned to take down the city using an artifact called the Red Orb, which you've all seen firsthand is capable of immense chaotic power."
I haven't, but I think I would rather not.
It turned Jarlaxle into a worm.
Who the fuck was that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I won't.
Let's just call him a big asshole, and we'll call it there.
Yeah, yes, that would be an accurate word to describe him. Luckily, you were all able to retrieve the Red Orb, and it's currently being held in our laboratory, where we have our top scientists and magicians taking a look at it. Why Jowlax?
Yeah, about that.
Yes?
We'll talk later. Don't worry about it. We'll talk later. We gotta get this through.
All right, then.
Calem is like in his...
That was totally not ominous.
Calem is in his head just trying to think about, like, we need the Red Orb to bring back Anna. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he's not going to say that yet. He's not just going to drop on Oleta, "Oh, hey, I've been visited by my friends have been visited by the ghost of my dead best friend."
Yeah.
That's not something you just bring
she-
up in casual conversation.
It's true. So she continues and says, "Why Darlaxel has targeted us, I'm not sure. But unfortunately, he is not the only one. Talk of Sylum's destruction has been disturbingly common as of late. As much as I hate to admit it, there are multiple criminal factions in Lower Sylum that we believe have been trying to put together some kind of rebellion. Luckily, most of these factions are rather small. To give you an idea, one of the most powerful is called the Carrion, and we have reason to believe that its leader isn't much older than my own son. He goes by the alias of Corvin. And that brings me to why you are here. I know you may still have questions.
You want us to kill him?
No.
Like the cosmic sense? You ever wonder why
The dichotomy of
because-
man.
We're here because some random teenagers rolled some dice and wrote down pieces of paper with our names on them and created us out of nothing.
Hey, Livi, I'm
But
gonna need
they're-
you to roll a wisdom save for me.
Are we doing the whole, like, annihilation of the brain thing?
I thought that I was the DM.
Hold on, Livi, what is it?
22.
Okay, never mind.
What
was
would
going to
I do
happen?
if it was
You
that?
take damage as the fourth wall punches you right back.
This is what happens when you have 3 veteran DMs and 1 DM that we are bringing into the fold.
You
We're trying to raise you like a good DM.
You kind of see like Oleta just like rubbing her temples, just like, "Oh, this is a horrible idea."
This is the
Don't
Tim
worry,
Schul
man, we
way.
hired
This
the
is
best
this is the patented Frostwalker way.
We're the best of the best.
Yes.
Doesn't get no bestest than this.
Rin is like
Anyway.
sweating. Like I promise, Mom, these people are.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, 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 getting back on track. This brings me to the reason why you are here. No, I do not want you to kill him.
Aw.
Zhetai sheathes his claws.
I know that many of you still may have questions about the Malsum, and I promise you that those questions will be answered. I have Theo and Valerian, two of my top hypnomancers, looking into it, but for now, I've decided to send you on a safer mission. Comparatively, of course. For those of you unaware, today is actually the anniversary of Sylum's foundation. Some of the nobles in town have put together a gala in order to celebrate, which will be later tonight. We have reason to believe that Corvin may try to strike there. Your job is to find him and bring him back to us, where he will receive punishment for his crimes. Again, not going to kill him, just punish him.
Okay. So, question of the hour. Do you need me to go as me? Like, do I need to appear as Prince Calem, or can I low-key change my look for this? Like, what's the plan here?
Oh, well,
Because I'm already pretty noble. I don't need to hide, but I mean, if you don't want you know.
well, I mean, Calem, you've been to Sylum before. It's a gala in Upper Sylum. I would just give you advice to dress how you see fit. I would say it is a rather large and
Formal.
yes, thank you. Rather large and formal event. So I would say that formal attire is in order.
Oh God, I have to wear slacks.
She turns to Rin and says, if you would like to take them to town and get them some outfits, I would appreciate that. And he kind of nods. At that point, she would tell you, I wish you well on your mission. I'm giving you stones of far speech so that you can be in communication with me. And as much as this is a mission, don't feel like you can't have fun tonight. It is a party after all. And with that, she would kind of send all of you off, but she would kind of take a moment to pull Calem aside and just kind of say I've over the time that I've known of the face card's existence, I've grown to. I still have worries, Calem. Just make sure that Rin stays safe.
I'll do my best.
I would go myself, but I fear that I may be targeted.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So, yeah. So with that, she kind of send you guys off.
Calem just kind of walks out of the room and just turns to everybody and just goes, so good news, or bad news, depending on how you think of it. We are going apparel shopping. Bad news, we're going snooty apparel shopping. Now this could be worse. But yeah, no, it's not right.
Rika just is like, what are you guys talking about? This is gonna be great.
Nah, are you sure?
Oh,
do we have to do I have to wear a tie? Those suck, even in fantasy.
I refuse.
come on. It'll be fun. And Rika leads you very excitedly out the door of the Capitol building. Almost forgot what it was called for a second. And back into the streets. Maybe you guys would get on your.
Calem does
Hmm?
on our bikes to get to his shop. Yeah, I would like to say that like when they make it to the storefront, because cutting for time a little bit,
Mhm.
Calem does add. I will add though, my tie restriction does have a caveat for bow ties because they're cool.
Fucking nerd.
Rin kind of like nods at that. I agree. So yeah, so you make it to a rather kind of like quaint looking store. I mean, you can tell that like the stuff in here is expensive, but it's still like a smaller store. You see some mannequins in the window wearing some very dapper looking outfits. And there is an Aarakocra man at the register. He gives you a big grin and just goes like, nice to see people stopping by. Feel free to look around.
Thank you. So do we just describe our new duds now? Livi? Are we gonna do the thing?
Yes, please.
Calem and Sari have top hats.
Matching top hats. Sorry.
Oh my god.
They're
Sorry
going
has
the
a bow on it.
They're going the full way. They're going the full 9 yards.
They got
Fantastic.
the
See, I would say like you guys are supposed to look like not super obvious, like you're trying to blend in, but that said, I mean there are probably other people wearing top hats at this party. I mean, yeah. You won't be the only ones.
We got the cool jackets. We got the suspenders. We got the top hats. We got the whole 9 yards, baby.
Oh,
The Canes,
fantastic.
do we get some? Oh, Calem uses like a spell to make his quarterstaff look like one of those.
Oh, that's actually very cool. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah. So, Zhetai, what about you?
He ain't changing. He does his best work in his gear, and he ain't getting out of that.
I mean, that's fair.
I think, like,
I'm just hang on. I'm just like imagining Calem and Sari are in like this super cool getup, and they're like, "How do we look?" And then there's Zhetai, who has not changed, and is like,
Terrible.
oh,
You look. You look, and I mean no offense, like a horde of wild wardrobes attacked you.
That was the impression I wanted to give. I did jump into the closet, blindfolded.
It's a statement.
Fuck, dude, it sure is.
yeah. Rika kind of just like is giving you the like this is not okay smile, and it's just like, see the elements are there, but the colors are definitely clashing. Let me help you. She kind of pull Sari aside and try to like fix her outfit a bit. Like you still get to keep the top hat and like the whole thing, but like I think she tried to make the colors a bit like you're probably wearing like 6 different patterns on you. So I think she tries to make it look a bit nicer.
It goes from 6 patterns to 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, so you get your outfits. I think Rika is in kind of like a fancy black dress. Mimi's in like a bit like shorter dress and some cute like knee-high socks and a little vest. And I would say that Rin's dressed kind of similarly to how he was before, but he's put on like a little bow tie and yeah. He
Calem did get a bow tie. That is important.
nice. Yeah, Rin already dresses kind of fancy, so he's just bow tie. So you go to the the register, and I mean, Oleta has given you money to buy these clothes, so I think that Rin just kind of hands the person at the counter
That's good.
Yeah, Rin just kind of hands the person at the counter the money, and he takes it from you. He kind of like squints a little bit at Rika and Mimi in here. Like, it's not a super nice look that he's giving them, but he kind of just like shrugs it off, accepts the money, and yeah, you guys have some new outfits now.
Zhetai would have probably spent that time like burnishing the scratches and shit out of his armor, and probably get a slightly less tattered cloak. That's about
Okay.
it.
I mean,
I think that's
honestly,
fair.
not gonna lie, if you got one of those cloaks that was a bit more like a trench coat that you could just like put around yourself, and like a little, like a nice hat and maybe like a little bow tie or something like.
See, I would hat, but also you forget ears.
Right.
He's a tabaxi.
You're right, but like also like elves. Rika has horns.
Oh my.
Hmm.
Oh my god, are you telling me that they have hats like specifically made for like
Oh yeah.
horn/eared races where they have like holes cut in?
I
Of course
wouldn't
they
doubt
do,
it.
yes.
But the thing is, horns and ears are very
Well,
different.
they have both. I mean, I'm not saying like I need you to wear a hat. I'm just saying like that is
Yeah.
something they probably have.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, so anyway, so you guys got some like cool new outfits. Are you wearing them like out of this place, or are you gonna save that for later?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Calem
yes.
is spinning his new quarterstaff cane.
Or modeling for everyone to see.
Great. So you guys,
Zhetai is pretending he doesn't know you.
nice.
Brosis fun time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the rest of them probably walk out in outfit. I mean, like Rin hasn't even changed, but he just added like a bow tie. But you guys actually have some time before you have to be at this event. So I don't really have a lot written for this part. You guys can kind of just like, there's a lot of different places to go in town. Lots of different like shops and, you know, areas to just like get some food or you know, sit around and talk. There's some like cool statues where you see like people have and like little water.
For the sake of time, do we each want to say like one thing we do in our free?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the actual like gala going to be held?
The gala is going to be held close to the Capitol building. I'd say that there's probably a building that's like for hosting these kinds of events, you know?
Yeah.
Like a ballroom.
Yeah, like a
type,
ballroom.
like dance
Exactly.
hall kind of. Yeah. Okay. So we know
Mhm.
where this is going to
Yes.
be. Okay, Zhetai is going to spend that time like scouting out the area in detail.
Think of like a 1920s speakeasy, but like way larger.
That's fair. Yeah, Zhetai is definitely going to like march over to that place and just sort of scope it out in detail for the next couple of hours just to get the lay of the land. Like the actual building itself, like
Oh, okay.
basically as if he's casing the joint, like as if he were to break in and break out, like he's plotting exit routes and entrance routes and, you know, ways to get around
I see.
in the event that shit goes down.
Oh, okay.
Dude doesn't fuck around when it comes to jobs like this.
Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple different like I mean, there's one entrance, but there are a couple of different exits. I mean, there are like a few different rooms. There's like the main like ballroom, but then there's also another room that's a bit smaller, you know, that has like a bar and, you know, it's kind of where you can just sort of like chill out. You see that
Like a lounge.
Yeah, like a lounge. Some decorations have been put up, but there really isn't anyone in here apart from like, you see I'd say like a tiefling woman in her like, I'd say like mid-20s. She's a blue tiefling, and she has short, like bob cut black hair.
Hold on, my ping just spiked. I'm gonna need
Oh,
you to
no.
say that
Okay.
all over again. Last thing I heard was tiefling woman with and then
Okay.
it, like skip.
You see a tiefling woman, young tiefling woman in her like mid-20s. She's a blue tiefling. She has short bob cut black hair. She's wearing a kind of a like short sparkly dress. Basically like a flapper dress. And there's some other musicians behind her, kind of like practicing, getting in tune. And she's talking to someone just about like musical arrangements, basically, for later that night. But those are like the.
I assume there's also
there's like a catering kitchen.
and stuff like that.
Some people have like. You see a couple of people like setting things up, you know. Like you see a staff in here like setting things up, but
I
but
figured as
apart
much.
from that, there's like really nobody in here.
Okay, good. That's very
Yeah.
good. Lets him just sort of analyze the place in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really not interested in talking to anyone right now. He's just like mentally mapping out the building in his head.
Okay.
Useful.
I mean, there's probably some
That's
like
good.
security before you could just like get your way in here. But I mean, Zhetai is a road. For the sake of time, we can just say you like rode your way in. You know, like no one really sees you. You're just
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like.
And if he did get caught, all he'd have to do is
Exactly.
all that would have to happen is a quick call to Oleta. And
Oh yeah. Like I would say like make a stealth check, but the thing is like there's still a decent amount of stuff that needs to happen in this one shot, so
80% of stealthing in plain sight is acting
Yeah.
like you belong there. And boy howdy does he know how to do that. Remember, dude's been doing this for like, I don't know, 10
Mhm.
years, maybe more,
Yeah.
probably more.
Zhetai is the most professional out of everyone in the fucking campaign.
Like I said, dude does not fuck around when it comes to
Mhm.
jobs like this.
Yeah.
So, what are the rest of you guys doing? What are Calem and Sari up to?
I think Calem is actually gonna talk with Rin and be a little bit outside because if everyone was there, then it's gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I mean, I was hoping that you guys would want to like run town. But I mean, if you guys all want to be in the same place, that's cool too. I mean, that makes it DMing a lot easier.
Sari is just wandering. No one knows where she is, including Sari. This is no, that's some pocket lint.
Calem actually has an idea and goes up to Sari and goes, "Hey, if you're gonna do some investigating," and he goes into like his pocket or something, and because I just remembered an old ass joke from a really obscure game of ours, he pulls out this set of like really wide glasses.
Oh yes.
He hands them to Sari and just goes like, "Here, these kind of can like give you a read on what things in the nearby area are. They were enchanted by a friend of mine, so maybe these can help you."
It'll tell me the suspicious stuff.
It will. And also it has a little Calem then just looks casts a spell on it and just goes, "Also it connects to the message cantrip, so I can tell you when we gotta be somewhere."
Cool. You know I can do that now too, right? Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's right. I forgot you can do magic now. I forgot about that.
Oh my brother,
But yeah,
little
no.
faith.
Here, you could use these until we wrap up. I'm gonna go talk to Rin really fast because it has been a little bit, and then we'll meet up later, okay?
Okie doke.
Trust you, little sis. Bye.
I'm the older one, but sure, bye.
We have not done tests.
I think we're twins.
Okay, fine. They're just message cantripping each other as Calem kind of bumps into Rin.
Mm-hmm.
And he just so Rin, today's the anniversary of the city going up. I'm sure that brings about some mixed emotions, yeah.
Yeah. But,
You okay?
I mean, I don't know. I normally like this holiday. Everyone comes together to essentially celebrate something my dad really cared about, but things are different now.
I understand. If it makes you feel any better, you're handling it like a pro. It never gets easier, but it never gets easier. It just gets done more often.
Mm.
There's a bit of a difference. But tell me a little bit about what happened. Is it true that your dad actually managed to get it all up in the air and
I'm not sure. That's what some people have said, but I actually I've kept some journals of his. And I've gone through them probably 100 times. He
anything interesting?
so many things. He was amazing. He obviously he had a lot of help, but essentially most of what you see here is of his own design. He had this vision of what he wanted the city to be, and he knew how to go about making it a reality. I don't remember a lot from my really early childhood, but those memories are all pretty nice.
Did he leave you anything? Like, is there something you look back on? I know for me, when I think about people I care about, it's nice to have symbols, you know? When I think about Anna, I think about her.
Yeah, he I mean, obviously there's all of his notebooks, which, I mean, have just been so inspirational. I mean, as you know, I'm a bit of an inventor myself. I like to think I take after him.
I believe you do.
Yeah, but he also when I was young, he gave me this little pin. I've never really been sure why he gave it to me. And he takes out this little round pin from his pocket, and there is a symbol of a dragon on it. And he kind of you see his face kind of drop a bit. He just goes kind of ironic, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Do you mind if I give it a look? See if maybe there's like a bell imbued in it? Like, I don't know, maybe there's like a message in here, you know? You have your maid friend. Might as well put him to work, right?
Yeah, sure. Just make sure you don't lose it. He'd hand him the pen.
I promise. Hey, he just looks at it. He's gonna roll. Should I roll like investigation on it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Holy fuck.
Okay.
You may have me re-roll because it hit one of the things. It hit my book, but it hit the book to get a nat 20.
Oh.
So Calem just I'm assuming there's no magic in it, but is there like anything he can recognize? Like, is this a symbol he knows?
I mean, oh gosh, yeah. I mean, you got a nat 20, so I have to say yes. Like, you would recognize this symbol.
Okay. Where would I recognize it from?
This is, surprisingly enough, I did not think that this would be revealed so early. This is the symbol of the Izzet League on Ravnica.
What? Calem like is taken aback by this because he remembers the other asshole.
What, pray tell?
Kind of hands
The entire fuck.
exactly. He hands it back to Rin and just has like the wide eyes and just pings Sari, just like,
Oh my god, I really didn't think you guys would get to this. Wow, okay.
I didn't either. I was trying to help the pin be set up. I thought I'd roll like a 15 and you go like, I don't know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
Yeah, no, Calem, like, I feel like Calem is going to raise alarm bells on this during this mission.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have stuff to do. But especially because his counterpart was Mel,
Yeah.
there's an absolute immediate, like, oh fuck,
Mm-hmm.
you know? He hands it back to Ren, just goes, we'll talk later, yeah?
Oh, okay. And he like,
He goes like one academic mind to another. I want to do a little bit more research before I make a final judgment.
yeah, it seems to make
Calem.
sense.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Calem's gonna drop it till after everything goes down.
Okay. So he'd kind of like fasten it back on himself, like very like carefully. Like you can tell that this is something that he like really like holds close to him, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And so yeah, so a few more hours pass.
Calem finally pings Sari the map back to the gala.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, from wherever she is in Sylum, makes her way back
Uh-huh.
by walking backwards.
I'm really
She
curious to
literally
know what you were doing. I mean, if you really don't know what Sari was
walks
doing, that's
backwards
fine.
Through a store. She walks backwards around a tree. She cartwheels backwards a few times.
Oh my god.
I choose to believe that same song we heard at the start is playing in reverse, and Sari does it.
Oh my god.
She takes 3 more backward steps and shows up. What's up, Calem?
As
Hey,
you
it's just
were
about time.
doing that, there were definitely people like staring at you, like what?
Pay no attention to me. I am just a humble person doing my job,
Pay
making
no
sure
attention
there's
to
nothing.
the gnome behind the curtain.
No attention to me. I'm just doing my job here. Thank you very much. Just inspecting the dirt.
Ah, yes, this floor looks like floor.
People would get that joke.
Yes. This
Hopefully
floor
by now
appears to be
people
made
would-
out of floor.
It's
Hopefully
blue.
by now, like by the time that this episode
write
is
that
released,
down.
people will be able to laugh at that joke.
Sky is blue. Better write that down in my notes.
Yeah, there are definitely some people kind of like giving you some weird glances, but
Sorry would notice the weird glances and start juggling.
I
She
think
starts
they
and playing her pipes.
I think that at this point these people assume that like it is like a holiday, so maybe you've been hired as like some entertainment. And I think that
I
like
thought you were just gonna end. I thought you were gonna put a period after hi.
what?
You said
just
hired as
assumed that she was
entertainment,
high.
and I thought you were just gonna
Oh.
end it with a period after high.
Oh, it's a holiday, so I mean, get lit. God, yeah, no. They assume that she's been hired as some kind of entertainment, so I think that like,
There's a Janice in every city.
yeah, I think they actually like you see this couple like toss you some coins. You know, just kind of like do like a dainty little clap and just like that's wonderful, darling. Here, and they give you some money.
Some rusty septims for a street performer.
Or actually, I said that they thought that was weird. I said that they thought you'd been hired as entertainment. They think like they assume you're a street performer who's maybe like someone's told like, yeah, come to this gala and perform outside. Like I think that the assumption is
You're part of the act, not.
well no, like
Oh, no.
like they know that a bunch of like this
Sari
gala,
has left her like her big like floppy hat and has like put it on the floor.
yeah, like
And so people put money in it, but really, Sari just took it off to switch it with the other hat.
exactly. And like I think they know like the gala is a big event. And so like and like a lot of rich people are coming to this event. So I think they're like, like this is someone who's smart, who's come to like perform, you know, knowing that a
Yes.
lot of people are coming here.
I've come to do that thing. The
Yeah, so
thing that you said.
this couple just like tosses you some coins. Anyways.
Sari's embracing that level of bar.
Mhm.
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Very cute. So yeah. A couple hours pass and you see people start kind of filing in. They are dressed to the nines. Everyone looks super dapper. And
I sure hope they don't look super damp.
not yet. I'm just kidding.
What does that mean?
Maybe like they're gonna get really drunk. I don't know.
That's fair.
My mind went in a very different direction, but
No,
continue,
it's not
please.
supposed to be dirty. I'm sorry. That wasn't supposed to be a dirty joke. I don't even know what
I'm
I meant.
sorry.
I'm
Go
sorry.
on. Go on. They look dapper, yes.
I fumble over my words while doing. I'm sorry. Anyways,
No, you can't be sorry. Livi is sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
You should have learned this. We've done this podcast for a long time now.
It's true.
Like
Mhm.
almost a year.
Almost a year. Holy fucking shit.
I've known you guys for a year.
wow. Yeah.
This is
the episode that's being recorded the week of the server anniversary.
Oh, that makes me feel special.
this is
Yeah.
a special thing that is
It
happening
is.
specially.
Oh,
It is very special, but it's also almost 1 a.m. here, so let's
Yeah,
get
Let's keep it moving.
yeah. Okay. There's
Yeah.
like, I think like 2 more scenes to get through. So, yes, the parties began. It's very fancy. There's
Ooh.
there's a bar where drinks are being served. You see a lot of people just kind of chatting amongst themselves. Few other people are kind of just like standing around, eating some food that's been prepared, talking, laughing. There is a stage towards the back of the room where you see that same tiefling woman you saw earlier.
Did we ever get her name?
Nope, we did not.
Okay. I just felt bad because we didn't know her name and I felt like a jerk.
I'm going to say that her name is Vivian.
That's a pretty
Ooh,
name.
I like that.
Her name is Vivian.
Also, slightly more relevant question: did we ever get like a physical description of Corvidon?
Oh, Corvin?
Oh yeah. Like if we would we know? Like, did Oleta tell us what he looks
Was
like?
there
So that
like
way, if we see him,
Was there like
Mhm.
a police sketch or something?
Oh,
Because otherwise, we're just looking. We're gonna have to like side eye every like teenage male of Ariel in the place, and I guarantee you that's gonna be.
oh my god, did
Around-
she even say that he was an Avari? Oh shoot.
I think
I
she did.
think
But
so.
like, but you could, dude. You're the DM. Retroactively.
I need you to retcon.
I'll just say
Who
okay.
are we looking for?
I'll just say at this point, Oleta like gives you a call and says like, "Oh my gosh, I messed up. I'm so sorry. I've had a lot of, as I mean, Rin can probably tell you, I've had a lot of on my mind today. I completely forgot to describe Corvin to you, and so she would take a moment to describe like, we don't know. I mean, he keeps to the shadows quite a bit, so we don't know exactly, but we know that he is. We'd predict in his early 20s, average build, a little on the taller side. He has short black hair and very kind of raven-like appearance.
In a city full of bird people. Yes, that is very descriptive.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but that's all we really know about him.
It will have to do.
He
We
must-
will do our best
it-
with the information we are given.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unfortunately, there are quite a few people here that match that description.
But like at the same time, I don't think all of them look like. I don't know. Like how.
Zhetai knows like the kind of look that I guess they're looking for. Like he knows he's been in that position. before.
The like stake in the place
Mhm.
eyes sort of deal.
Not kind of. Given what okay, so I'm gonna like give you the players an insight into what is going on in his mind. Right now,
Okay.
he is looking for someone who, based on what we know about this guy, is probably he looks like he's hiding something, but is trying not to look like he's hiding something, and probably doing it fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
sort
like
of
trying to overcompensate on the socialism to make it
not
socialism,
not
socialite-ish.
not even that. Just like someone who, I guess the idea is he's looking for someone who looks too much like they belong there.
Oh, I see. Like they're trying to blend in, not like they just sort of blend in.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Someone who, yeah,
Okay.
basically someone who has that veneer of like cool collectedness and fits in just a little too well. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I feel like that may be investigation.
yeah, point
worthy?
being, I'm about to roll an investigation as soon as I get back to Zhetai's character sheet because I got sidetracked.
That's fair.
Investigation. There it is. That is a 16.
While you do that, while Zhetai is casing the place, there's this brief moment as the girl is singing that Calem looks to Sari and just goes like, "Sis, I need to ask you a serious question. If Angel found out I was here and watching this person perform, would I be a dead man? Is my question. Like, how much of this am I allowed to say?"
Sorry, my Wi-Fi went out. What did you just say?
Oh, Calem was just basically asking Sari, like, if Angel found out he was watching a flapper, would he?
Oh, I will say, there are two things that you might notice about this flapper. One, as you get, I would say like the songs start off, pretty jazzy and fun, and also like pretty clean. But as you get later into the night, like the songs get a little raunchier. As people are like
Yeah, that as it got later, that's when Calem asked the question of like, will I be a dead man if I tell Angel this to Sari?
Well, are you an Angel official couple?
I have no idea.
Well, do you have to tell Angel you saw this?
No, I do not.
Good.
That is really liberating.
She's not your mom. You don't have to tell her everything.
You're right. He fist bumps his sister.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to pull my top hat really low so I don't have to watch this.
Fair enough.
It's not too bad. Like these are like fancy people, you know. Like it's not getting like too dirty, but you know, like they're having some fun. It's getting later in the night, people are getting drunk, you know. But another thing that you notice is that she is like one of the only tieflings in this building of maybe like 100 people. Maybe more than that.
So you mean how it's supposed to be in regular D&D?
Sure.
Point being, tieflings are in lore supposed to be very rare, and yet.
Yes, but there might be another reason for that. If you, I mean, I'm not gonna just like tell you that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Zhetai has definitely got
Yeah.
eyes on her,
Mhm.
and not in a watching the Flapper show suspicion, like casting a quick glance over every now and again, just to like,
Mhm.
you know, keep an eye on what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to be.
That is red flag number one.
Mhm. I mean, she seems to be having a good time, you know. But yeah, she's.
Brecca is like totally into it. I'm
for
imagining.
sure. Rika's like already making plans of like how can I talk to this lady after this is all done? Like how can I meet her backstage?
Quote unquote talk.
Yeah, talk. But yeah, you
We know what she's about.
But no, you notice that like literally her and Rika are some of like the only tieflings in this whole building. The rest of the people here are like you see like a lot of elves. A lot of they're like some Aarakocra. You see a few like Genasi, mostly air Genasi. Yeah. I think like what would be like if you want to get like political about it, basically what would be considered like when you talk about like high elves and like that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah,
they're not stoned elves, but they're high elves.
Yeah.
Calem just kind of like shrinks a little bit. Is like, this is the exact opposite of what I want for Tim Schul, but okay.
Yeah.
At least I blend.
Hang on.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other tabaxi in the room?
I'd
am I the
say
only one?
no. There are a few. There are a few.
There are a
Not
few.
not a lot,
and
but there are
I
a
assume
couple.
I assume they're all probably dressed more in the Sylum fashion than in Zhetai's more ragtag, vaguely vaguely feral fashion.
Oh, for sure. Like you see, like there's like I'm just gonna say this because I really really want to. You see an orange tabby cat dressed in like a little vest and a bow tie, and then with him,
I know where this is going.
With him is a pretty white cat in like a fancy dress. And see, I want
3 kids.
Yes, but I feel like there probably wouldn't be kids at this party, so I'm just gonna say that they've left their 3 kids at home.
Yeah.
Aww.
With a sitter, like with a nanny or something.
Yeah. With Edgar.
No, never leave the kittens with Edgar.
No, not with Edgar. I think we killed Edgar.
The ghost.
I'm pretty sure we killed Edgar.
Yes,
Oh,
Edgar
wait.
is super dead.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you guys actually had a character named
Yeah,
Edgar.
we killed.
That we killed. Sari killed him, and then her dog sat on his face.
Okay.
So yes, anyways, the Aristocats are having a great time. Yeah, so you see them, and also like there are a couple of other Tabaxi. Actually, there's a comic. I don't know what it's called, but I follow them on Instagram. There's this comic where the characters are cats, and they all look like it's very like kind of steampunk inspired. It's a really cool comic. After this, I will look them up and send a link.
Is it with the cats?
Yes.
It's called Lackadaisical.
Yes. Yes. That. So anyways.
Making a note to edit the lackadaisical disc.
Yes. So anyways, yeah, it's starting to get a bit later in the night, and you haven't really found much of anything. There's a lot of people at this party, and nothing has really seemed to like go wrong yet. It seems pretty normal.
This is definitely like the fact that nothing has gone wrong yet is definitely putting Zhetai on edge. Like
It's like an any second now feeling.
it's the feeling you get when Murphy's Law is breathing down your neck.
Right, yeah.
I'm rolling another intimidation. Or not investigation.
I'm gonna intimidate.
I can't
this
do the
whole-
English. Oh, that's a 22. Holy shit.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a 22 to investigation. He is definitely like keeping a sharp eye out.
Okay. So you see there are most of the people are in the main room dancing, but a couple of people have gone into this kind of like smaller side lounge room to get away from the noise.
The lounge. Okay. Yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Yeah. Definitely gonna sort of like slink a little bit closer.
Does anybody want to follow him?
Calem will like not like directly, but kind of like, as they enter the room, he slowly backs up. Like
Yeah,
he's
Zhetai probably isn't like directly entering the room. He's just sort of like passing closer and closer to the door.
Yeah, no.
Meandering.
Calem is staying in a. Let me check something. Calem is staying within 120. He's in message range.
I think that Rin follows you too. He, as much as like his mom is a governess and he's probably been dragged along to like a lot of parties like this, he's not a huge fan of them. So he would like to go into like a more quiet side room.
That's fair.
I'd say Mimi probably asked him to dance for a while, and he's been having a nice time doing that. But at this point, he's gotten tired and wants to like take a little break. So he'd follow you guys into this side room. Sorry, are you gonna follow, or are you still just like living it up at this party?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. So you get into this side room, and it's a bit more like quiet in here. You hear some kind of like softer jazz music being played. There are tables where you can sit. I'd say like there are some people just kind of having like casual conversation. Maybe some like games that you can play. I really want to say that there's like a pool table in here. Just for the aesthetic. So yes, you are in this room now. There are not a ton of people in here because, like I said before, smaller room.
Do I see anyone that matches the description of Corbin?
He did get a 22.
Yes, you do. There.
How many? Is it just the one?
Man, you got really high. I would say, yeah, you do. There's someone kind of like more towards the back of the room. He fits the description pretty well. But I mean, like, he's he's dressed the way that you see like everyone else dressed. And I mean, like, he, as much as this guy fits the description, like, he looks like a nice guy. Like, he just is kind of like cheerful, laughing. He has like two like identical elvish women on like either side of him, and he's just like chatting them up, having a nice time.
Yeah, I'm automatically suspicious. How close is he to any of the exits? This is incredibly important strategic information.
He like I'd say he's he's kind of like leaning on the bar, which like there is an exit that would go in the kitchen, but
Right.
that's really it. I mean, there's two doors. There's one that leads back to the like main ballroom, and then there's one that leads to the kitchen.
Right. And he's closer to the kitchen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Automatic, just like faint alarm bells start ringing. Yeah. Definitely got my eyes on him.
Mm-hmm.
Where is everybody else in relation to me? Because, like, remember, I don't have message.
Right. Calem is probably like seeing you. I think it's like visually obvious because of the ears when you notice something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute.
So I think Sari and Calem kind of slide in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You notice his tail is like, okay, for those of you who have cats, you know when they're like staring out the window at a bird or a squirrel and the tip of their tail twitches?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just
He's doing the thing.
Just the very tip of the tail starts to twitch.
Yep.
Calem and Sari kind of poke in at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sign of a cat who's gonna murder.
So yeah. I mean, at this point, I can just say, like, because, I mean, it's not really going to do much if I say, like, yes, this is the person you are looking for. So, B, you wanna say what
Yeah.
this guy's doing?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I described a little bit of it, but
Yeah, no,
You
no,
can-
I'll pick up what you put down.
you can take the wheel from here. On him, not on everything.
Yeah, I think he's just like he's not.
Sorry. I just Beezus take the wheel.
Jesus,
I think all he's gonna do. I don't think he really notices Zhetai. You know,
Mhm.
like you said, he's having a very nice evening with two very nice people, and I'm certain that's all there is.
Mhm.
I'm certain he's just enjoying their company 100%. You know, it just so happens to be two elven ladies. It doesn't mean anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like, I don't think he's paying much attention.
To
You
to
know?
like who's just entered the room.
Yeah, no.
I see.
That's he's not there right now. You know what I mean? Like he is not as alert as Zhetai is,
I see.
both because the drinks and the company.
I see. So, okay, so yes, you guys do spot him, and like, I will tell you as the players, yes, this is who you're looking for. I'm not sure if your characters are absolutely certain.
Oh,
But-
definitely not. Like, sure, but
probably not. No.
dude is
They're not sure, but they're probably like it's like an 80% certain. You know what I mean?
It's like that guy's suspicious, but
Let me compile the list of reasons why he's suspicious.
Mhm.
Back room that is significantly less populated, near an exit, or specifically at the bar, which is in a tight situation, a pretty good shelter.
Mhm.
Looks almost too comfortable.
Yeah.
Those are the three major red flags. I'd like to cast I'm gonna sort of like meander over closer towards him, and I'm gonna very subtly cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Okay, give me a moment. Just let me check the ruling on that because magic. Because I want to know what I have to tell you. Presence of magic within 30 feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do pick up some pretty. I wouldn't say it's like arcane. How do I put this? Out of game, the best way to qualify it is it's ranger magic.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's not arcane. It's not like sorcery. It's more just like. It's more like he has the ability to enchant his weapon. You know what I mean?
It's like mundane magic. If
It's
you will.
yeah. It's like a weaker version. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Although, I mean, like, this, he doesn't really have any.
Oh.
I mean, this could be.
Yeah, I can see like specific objects and what their school of magic is.
Ooh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Then there is one.
Yeah. He doesn't.
He has,
doesn't
like,
have any.
on his
Yeah, he
person-
doesn't have any like weapons on him, but there is one detail, and you can describe that because I feel like you
pick
want
up
to.
like you pick up like a faint magic ping from his person. You know,
Yeah.
because like I said, he can do slight enchantment. What's up, Livy?
I just said ye.
Oh, okay. I thought you said my name. Yeah. But the other thing is, like, on his person, as he's like talking to these ladies, you may notice like he kind of like brushes his hand up against one of them, and on his like second finger on his right hand, there's this like it looks like a ringed version of like a talon, you know?
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
And there is absolute magic coming from that. It's like a bad big ping of enchantment.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I'm getting some like serious bad mojo coming off of this thing.
Yeah, and it's like, you know how sometimes you could pick up like the difference between the necromancy of a cleric, because technically revivify is necromancy, where it's like healing sort, and then there's like the ooh sort. It's the ooh, it's the yikes enchantment.
Yeah, it's the it's the ninth school of magic. Yikes!
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. All right.
it's yikes.
You see Zhetai's eyes, and like you see his talisman, like his necklace, like pulse with magic just very faintly and very briefly, and you see his ears just go flat against his head, and his tail starts to poof up a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh, scaredy cat.
Calem and Sari probably
Yeah,
noticed that too, and kind
He
of
sort of
move in.
like meanders back over to Calem and Sari, and just says, "That's our guy."
Oh, okay.
Okay, what do I do?
Do we punch him?
Should I cast Thunderwave on his butt?
No.
B,
No.
real quick.
Hold on.
I
Yeah.
want you to roll perception for Corbin, not for Caleb.
Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
26.
Oh,
Oh
That-
shit!
19 plus 7.
that is
He got
Jesus.
some good eyes.
that is very good. Okay, so Corbin, you definitely spot these people looking at you.
I think he does that thing where he puts like his fist on the table and he puts his like chin on his fist a little bit, and he notices that. And there's a brief moment where he kind of flashes Zhetai a cocky grin, and all he
I have
does
known this man for 2 seconds, and I already hate him with every fiber of my being.
he leans back again, and then just all he really does is just like look at the two elves and just like put one hand around one run, and just kind of with like this metal talon thing on his foot that almost is like a boot with metal spikes, except more avian, like taps 3 times, and like that's basically the cue.
I see. So I think that he'd kind of like, after putting his arms around them, he kind of like, and tapping his foot at that point, he kind of like, bids them adieu and starts to leave. Back.
He'd go out the main way. He's not 100% sure, so he's gonna try his best to look as normal as possible.
Yeah. He does
Calem?
have. He has like a
Calem.
little ways to walk to the like main entrance. Like I think he has to get past you guys. If he wants to get out that main entrance.
Yeah.
Zhetai just sort of mutters, Calem,
Yeah.
find the governess, get her out of here as soon as possible, as quickly as
Oh.
possible, as quietly
Letta's
as
not
possible.
in here.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's not here? Okay.
He's not in here, but Rin
Yeah,
is.
yeah, Rin is.
Okay.
You did kind of promise.
Where is Rin in relation to us? Is he
Yeah,
with
he's
us?
standing like right next to you.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, change of plans.
Yeah, Oleta specifically
you.
said that like
Fun of you, go get the
as much as
guards.
she would like to be here, she's not because she's afraid that he would target her.
Right. Fun of you, go get the guards now. I'll
Calem.
stall.
Calem kind of nods and just kind of casts invisibility on himself really quick before he scampers off, because if he starts
What?
running,
In
he'll be-
plain sight, you dingus!
well, like he does, and then once he blends into the crowd, it's invisibility. So now it doesn't.
Yeah, okay, so he'd run off
know.
and then
Yeah, like he'd walk into the crowd, and then once he's in the sea of faces, snaps his fingers,
that's
and
a
yeah,
better
and like
strategy.
everyone's
Yeah.
like partying,
he
and
casually
like
walks.
everyone's like partying it up. A lot of these people have like gotten drunk on expensive alcohol, so like they don't notice you. I mean, some people might like
He's
feel
just
you like bump into them and look back and see no one and be like, huh, okay.
He's literally getting lost in the
I
sea.
see. So, yeah, Corvin, you kind of have to make your way past, and I think you can tell that they're a bit suspicious.
Okay. Huh. All right. So I've already given the cue. So I think I'm just gonna like go up to the bar, get one last drink, still like occasionally side-eyeing Zhetai and Sari, you
Mhm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Zhetai has sort of gone back to like trying to mingle with the crowd a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know, he's still like casting furtive glances and keeping like within a fairly close range.
Yeah, I don't see. Basically, my question is, I can do hide and but I also feel like he could do that after the thing happens. So I think he's just gonna do the thing now. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I see. So,
It's a quote Wheatley, surprise, we're doing it now.
okay.
Hmm.
So, since we are doing it now, you notice these two identical elvish women. It starts like under their, kind of like by their cheek, near like under their chin, like on their jawline. These
Mm-hmm.
black feathers start to sprout, and it spreads to the rest of their bodies, and they grow these long black beaks, and they have these like bright green glowing eyes. These two women are were-ravens now.
And as
Rin?
soon as that
Rin,
happens,
start herding people out of the door, and when everyone is out, close it.
This was to Rin? Okay.
Yeah. He's basically telling him, get all the civilians out of the room, make sure these two lunatics and their boss don't leave,
Yeah.
and close the door behind him so that they have the room. to
Yeah, I would
themselves.
say it like takes a second for people to process this, but it like there's like the one like really drunk guy who just doesn't even like realize anything's going on. But like the rest of the people at this point have like noticed this and are like freaking out a bit. So I think that Rin will do that. He'll try to lead people out of the room.
and I would like to stealth at this point to try and see if I can sneak out with the crowd. But I do.
Okay.
I'd probably have to roll with disadvantage because I have to get past Sari and Zhetai.
Yeah.
Yeah, also detect magic is still going, so dude's
Right.
basically on magic radar right now.
Oh
Right,
my
yeah,
god,
no, there
yeah.
isn't-
Yeah, he could probably find him. Oh shoot. Yeah, so roll
okay.
stealth with disadvantage.
Okay. That's probably going to be the roll. Yeah, that's going to be 7. Yay for ability score. It's still not great. It's a 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah, not great, not great. Plus, I am on magic radar, so even if I could slip through,
Yeah.
it'll be obvious where I am.
Yeah, you could lose Sari, but you won't be able to lose Zhetai.
Yes. Okay, so
Right.
13 is not horrible. So I'm going to say that you do make it out of the room and back into the main ballroom. But they can like Zhetai can still, with that magic tracking, like very easily kind of tell where you are. He lost you in the crowd for a moment, but he could easily again.
I'm following this dude right now.
Okay.
I'm just tailing him. Like I'm starting to lose my subtlety of it as well.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to, in that moment, just like, actually continue without me. I just need to.
Okay. So you see at this point these two were-ravens have started like attacking people. Like the bartender was like the first person. They kind of just like, you know, one of them leapt at him, and then the other is kind of like chasing other people around.
You can say eviscerated, it's okay.
No, he's not. I mean, he's like scratched. He's scratched up. I don't. He might be dead. I don't know. Maybe I'll roll to see if he survived that.
Was he wearing a red shirt? That's the key factor.
I
I
actually did imagine him wearing like a red vest.
God damn it!
I rolled
he's
a 7.
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I know what I'm gonna
God damn it, Jim. I'm a magician, not
Yeah.
a doctor.
So
poor
cutting back
bartender,
for a
he's
split
dead.
second. Cutting back for half a moment. Bonus action. Corvin over here is going to kind of mumble under his breath. And the unfortunate part of this is that you're going to get to pick him up doubly. The fortunate part of this for him is like he kind of knows you know what I mean? Like Corvin and Zhetai are at a point where subtlety is dead. You know what I mean? Now they're just
they are hunters stalking each other as their prey, basically.
Exactly. Like subtlety is dead. Now they just have to see who wins the dance almost. And so to start that off, he's going to Hunter's Mark Zhetai.
Ooh.
Ouch.
That just means that if he makes a physical, it's going to do extra damage. He's been Hunter's Mark, but no damage has been taken. But if he does have to land, it will do extra. Basically, it's just his like little way for him to hit again and him to now.
Yeah, I know how it works.
Yeah, it's his little warning call. You know what I mean? It's his little like, you sure you want to do this? You know, as he keeps walking. But anyway, yeah, the were-ravens are the immediate thing. Calem is probably be back with guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Calem passed Zhetai just like striding out and probably like gave him a side eye like, what the hell are you doing? And Zhetai's just like flicked his ears in the direction of Corvin.
I'm not sure if
walking.
Corvin is outside of the building yet. He's outside of that room. He's still in like
He's almost there, I think, from the passage.
Yep.
I have 2 very important questions. One, Sari, are you gonna fight these were-ravens?
She knows that they're people. So I don't think she, with good conscience, can fight them.
They are killing people.
Yeah, but is it them killing people, or is it them killing people because they're being controlled by people?
That's up to you, Bee. Are these women like part of his team, or are
I don't think like Lycanthropy is more of a blood frenzy. It's less of like it's less mind control, more like you are now like at the base state of an animal, you know? But I will say, yes, these 2 ladies are absolutely.
They are on. They came with him to like.
Yeah.
So
He didn't
they're
do.
bad
He
guys.
did not do this to like 2 random people. Like these were. This was the plan. You know what I mean? Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a code.
I see. So these okay. So they came with him.
He
Okay.
walked in with
Okay.
these two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say if they're just like random people, because
No. Like I think the fact that he like had like a
Yeah, he
these
he
ladies
gave
got
them a cue.
with him.
He said like this is going to happen. So yes.
yeah. So this was
Okay.
premeditated.
I was just afraid that they had like
They were just two random ladies out for a good night, and this
Yeah.
happened.
yeah.
Nope. They are
Yeah.
evil as well.
Okay. Well then in that case, Sari's gonna use her first level bard to cast Thunder Wave on these two ladies.
Ooh. Okay.
Which means both of those ladies have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oof. The first one got a 3. So
No.
yeah. So one of them falls over, and
You're gonna take damage,
Yeah.
friend.
okay. I'll roll for the other one.
What does the other one get?
The other one also
ev-
got a 3.
equal?
They both got a 3. Cool. Yeah. How much damage did they both take?
Okay. So that's 16 damage. I rolled really good.
Each, or split between the two?
Each creature takes 2d8 thunder damage. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, both of them take 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sari's a good first level bard, and my dice for her I think are cursed.
Okay. Let me do some math really
Or
quick.
blessed.
You didn't kill them. But let me do some
Aw.
math real quick.
Bummer. She is playing Thunder by Imagine Dragons on her panpipes in order to cast Thunder Wave.
God damn
I
it.
wanted you to say by AC/DC, but okay. Okay.
Well, I don't have that one memorized.
So you have definitely, like, these two have definitely like stumbled and fallen over, and I would say that like there's a lot of glass in this room. Like there's a whole bar with like lots of like drinks in glass bottles. So when you do this thunder wave, that whole like the whole room shakes. So that has definitely like fallen over. And I would say that like for one of these were-ravens who was like attacking the bartender, like I would say that hurts them more
Ooh.
than anything else.
Ooh, yeah. I just
Ooh.
realized, like, Thunderwave, that is a literal shockwave of arcane energy that would have shattered all the bottles.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed back 10 feet.
Yep. So one of the were-raven who killed the bartender, this all of the drinks have basically like exploded, and I think they've been cut up pretty badly. Not dead, but pretty bad. The other one was just pushed back and kind of like smacked against the wall and is now sort of like recovering from that, sort of like not hurt quite as badly, but sort of like
Ooh.
shakes its head.
Ouch.
Yeah, you did some significant damage. Like one of them is bloodied, the other is like very.
Sari just like looks at her pipes in her hands and she goes, "It's not. I didn't know it could do that."
Cue immigrant song.
I must be really good at music.
Roll a perception check, basically to see if like you made eye contact with Rin as you were exiting, because he was at the door leading people out.
11.
11. Okay.
Probably a failure, to be honest. We're at level 7.
Yeah. I think it's the type of thing where it's like you notice him for like 1 second and you get like the like you have like that thought. It's like not even a thought, just like a feeling of like wait. But you
And then you remember
Right,
there's
right.
a
Yeah,
murderous
exactly.
tabaxi trailing you, and you need to get the fuck out of
Exactly.
there.
I'm going to see if Rin noticed you trying to leave. Okay. That's pretty good. That is that's a dirty 20. So he definitely saw you. So
Ooh.
I think at this point he's also kind of following you.
Okay, that's nasty, but all right. I just have to accept that.
Okay. So, cutting back to Sari for a second.
And Calem, because he's with her.
Oh yeah, and Calem. Oh, Calem didn't make an attack, so I forgot that he was with her. Yes, okay. So it would be Calem's turn now if he wants to do something.
Yeah. I want to kind of immobilize the both of them. So
Yeah.
I'm going to cast the Snowball Swarm.
Ha. Okay.
They might die.
No, Calem, you
If
fucking
he's
nerd.
doing it on the Were-Ravens, they might die.
Yeah, but I mean,
I did cast Thunderwave on them.
is it possible to non-lethally snowball them?
I mean, I think that most often you wouldn't die by. So like, yeah. I mean, I think you can immobilize them, but not kill them. I mean, it's snowballs.
I want to knock them out with snowballs.
Yes, you can. You can do that.
That's totally
Maybe
a
they're
thing you
very
can
like
do.
Maybe
they're very icy snowballs. One of them just
We
hits
need
them
to
in the
make
head,
dexterity saving throws, which I now realize is probably really good for bird people.
You're right. But that's a 7.
And the other one?
And the other one's a 6.
Woof.
Oh, okay. So that's going to
These
be...
Were-Ravens
Woof.
just like killed a guy, scratched some people up, and now they're fucking dead.
5.
Well,
That's going to
not-
be 10 points. That's going to be 10 points of cold damage.
Okay, to each of them.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you, they both had 15 hit points, so like they are now at 5. So for the sake of time, I'm just gonna say that you've knocked both of them out. They are prone.
I can say that he cast it at a 3rd level instead of 2nd, and look at that, I rolled a 6. So there you go.
Okay. I'm just gonna say like, look,
Oof.
we need to speed along, so I'm just gonna say like, they are
They're
not.
KO'd.
Yeah, they are definitely not dead. They're gonna wake up after this and be like, "Oh, ouch, that hurt." But you have definitely, yeah, you've
They're
definitely
only
not
mostly
killed
dead.
these people, but they are prone. I mean, they're at 5
Okay.
hit points. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that that is taken care of, do you guys want to like try and join the others and find Corbin?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the rogue. Oh no, I'm just gonna use I'm just gonna just dip. I'm gonna help him out. Yeah.
You're
I'm just
out
gonna
of
dip and
combat
help
now.
him find
Yeah,
him.
they're both knocked out.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I would say at this point, Corbin is getting like very close to the exit.
Okay. I'm gonna do my rogue hide in plain sight thing. So you guys basically have a -10 to perception to find me now. So sorry. And it might not even be that bad. Yeah, because my stealth's only 14, so.
I will say some chaos has been stirred up within the building itself because they just heard a bunch of people yelling and a bunch of people like screaming and running out like they were scared. And I'm sure at least a few people could like see into that back room and saw like a dead bartender. So and like 2 raven people. So I would say like the party's kind of over.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna like get to the door, extend my wings, fly out, and just dip. There's a rendezvous point I know, so I'm just gonna kind of go there.
Okay. So I'm gonna say because Rin saw you, he's going to chase you out.
Just like by air sort of deal.
Well, he's gonna. I mean,
Like it's a
he might
flow
have.
chase.
He might have. Yeah, I mean, he might have been like a little bit delayed just because of the chaos. Like he might have gotten. He's not very big. He might have gotten pushed around a little bit, but he
Yeah.
got out right in time to see you take off. So he's gonna also take off.
Yeah, Zhetai is also
Oh,
trailing
that's
him
freaking cool.
via
What is Sari
rooftop.
doing?
Sari doesn't know what to do. She sees that the were-ravens are down, so maybe I think she's gonna just chase after Zhetai just because she doesn't want to miss anything.
Calem is definitely trailing Sari, and I think Rika and Mimi are helping
Hmm.
people get out probably, so that's why they're over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just have a brief moment of as soon as we like Zhetai gets out and then like 2 seconds later Rin gets out, and I think as soon as Rin like steps out the door, he sees
Yeah.
Zhetai just like scale a wall.
Yeah.
and it is
Like
just
Rin has a second,
going
like he
off.
knows he's chasing something, but he's just being like, "Whoa, cool."
Chase that bliss.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are. I mean, Zhetai is scaling walls. Sorry, I'm not exactly sure how you'd be able to keep up with them. Oh, actually,
Calem drives up with the bike and says, "You want to drive?"
yes. I didn't think these bikes would come back, but oh my god, yes. That's scene.
Am I the only one who saw that coming? I mean, besides the person who actually gave the
yes,
idea.
I love this. Okay, cool. So Zhetai, oh, this is so cool. So Zhetai is scaling buildings. Sari and Calem are on a bike, and
Yeah.
We've got a fucking anime chase scene going here. Two winged elves chasing each other through the skies, a fucking cat man just roof-topping it out, and then like we pan out to see these two elves on a steampunk motorcycle
is
following
badass.
along in the
A
streets.
dust trail whipping out behind them. Yeah.
That is anime
I
as
love this.
fuck.
This is my new favorite scene ever
Okay.
in anything in my imagination.
Play,
This
play
is-
the Prowler theme and we win an award.
oh my god, yes, yes.
Yes!
Me, like as an animation major, is living for this scene. This is so much cooler than I even to go, and it was pretty cool in my head. Okay, I am pumped.
This is fucking kick-ass.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So, for Sari and Calem, I'll have you make some like, I think it'd be dexterity rolls, just because the streets are like very busy and you have to like maneuver your way around. And I mean, this is Sari, so like you really off-road a bit. Okay. So yeah. So roll me a dexterity.
Alrighty. Saving throw or just straight check? Ow.
I would say just a straight check.
That's a 12, and I think that's maybe the lowest she's ever rolled on dexterity. It's probably because I banged my hand on my microphone trying to roll it.
Ooh. Okay. So, yeah, I'd say like as of right now you're falling a little bit behind just because like you've never been here before. Like you don't really know the streets and they are kind of winding. And there are definitely people like jumping out of your way. You're doing
My cabbages!
You're doing a lot of swerving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're on this chase and I would say like you're all moving pretty quickly, so you cover a pretty significant distance and you get to a train station. And this train station is currently under some construction, so there's really not really anybody there.
Is there a road work ahead sign?
Sure.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
So anyways, so yeah. So Corvin has kind of led them to this building. This kind of empty train station that's under construction. So I think that I think at this point Corvin, roll I don't know what would be best for this. Maybe like maybe dexterity or like stealth. Just make a roll.
Plus dex, that's 18.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you managed to kind of swoop down and enter this building, and Rin would follow behind you. He didn't really have time to stop you from entering this building. So you are now you're no longer in the air, you're now in this building. And then I think that Calem and Sari and Zhetai would probably catch up pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I do have to. Is Calem okay?
Oh, roll Constitution.
No, you don't have to.
That's a 5.
Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So we'll give him like a moment to back inside. I think that was a pretty good stealth roll. So I think that Corvin has kind of allowed himself to be lost for the moment.
Okay.
He is no longer in there.
Am I still getting a magic ping, or is this taking longer than 10 minutes? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
It's a bit.
It's waning, but it's there. It's waning now.
Yeah, it's very, very faint. Rin just kind of like he's breathing kind of hard. He's had to fly very so he's just like damn it. And the rest of you would kind of catch up. The damn it was like, oh shoot, I lost him. But the rest of you would catch up pretty quick. So now you're all in the building, except for Calem, who's throwing up outside for a second, but he can join them when he's okay. Whenever you want him to come
I'm rolling
back.
another investigation to see if I can like find him based on the ping. And that's an 18.
I wouldn't say it's the
Wow,
ping.
okay.
I think you hear in the top rafters, you hear like his metal talons clanging on the ceiling.
You're right, that's not the most stealthy thing to have.
It automatically just launches himself up in the rafters.
Oh my god, okay.
In the immortal words of the McElroy brothers, 8-foot vertical leap.
So I'm going to use my
I'll say Rin sees you do this and also kind of like takes into the air again. Just I mean they're inside of a building, but like, you know, if he's on top of somewhere, he wants to get there.
I'm gonna use my action sort of to disengage from Zhetai, so that way like basically he leaps so close, but I'm able to like push back just a little to avoid getting scratched, you know?
I mean, you have wings. You could just whoosh.
That's
and,
what I'm
push
thinking.
Yourself.
It's a very narrow thing from being hit.
I see. I will say, because this place is construction, there's a lot of like gaps, I would say. So if you were like up on these rafters and you just wanted to like be in another room, like you could do that.
Yeah, I think I just kind of like gap jump a little bit, you know? Just doing my best to get out of the way of his claws.
Okay, so you're now kind of just in this other, like, this train station isn't just like one big room, a couple of different different rooms and hallways. So you're now just in another room. You've fallen through this hole, and I think. Do you guys want to continue to chase him? Okay. So
Are they like
how
falling out?
gonna
Like,
do
this
that?
is like a lower level now, right?
Yeah, I would say this is now like a lower level. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right actually. Yeah. I haven't given a ton of thought to like how this train station is laid out. If it would be like a underground train or if the railroad would kind of like I imagined it being more above ground. But what I was kind of imagining is like this train station is one level,
Yeah.
you know? Like it's all one level. But you were like
Oh,
up
now
in
I'm
the
on the floor.
rafters,
Okay, I got you.
you know? And now you're
Okay.
back on the floor,
I think
I just rolled.
just in a
I just
different
rolled
room.
acrobatics for fun to see how well I'd be doing just navigating the rafters. That was a 27.
Fantastic. You are flipping around like a madman.
I
It's
think-
beautiful.
I think as he's
graceful.
flipping, Corbin just kind of looks around and just goes like, "Oh, come on!"
And you see Rin also like come through this same opening kind of the opposite way that you did, where you kind of back through, like folds his wings into himself to fit
Yeah, I
through.
gotcha. As he sees Rin this time, I think he's just like, "This whole evening you've been chasing me. What do you want?"
Shouldn't it be obvious? You.
I was really, really hoping you weren't gonna say that. And I'd like to cast the spell Lightning Arrow, and I would like to hit it at the rails basically. And if they're standing in the gap, I'm basically going to try and electrocute them.
Bruh, I'm still up in the rafters.
That's true. It's more so Rin.
F.
Okay. I think. Wait, how flammable is what's up in the rafters? Is it just metal, like hard to melt metal?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just metal.
Okay. Because I could have flame arrowed up in there. Is there anything that if I shot a flame arrow up in that area could cause a problem, or would it just be like minimal?
Speaking of lightning arrows,
it would
I'm
be
drawing
pretty-
a bead on this motherfucker right now. With
Ooh,
Tempest.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So, yeah, there's not really anything cool up there. It's really just metal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess roll to hit, Spy.
That
It
is
does what?
an unnatural 20.
That's gonna hit.
And the that is damage. That is 13 damage.
Okay.
That's piercing and shock.
That's nasty, but he's not like, you get the sense that it hits and he feels it, but it's not like the were raven pitiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. What did you
He shot a lightning arrow at him.
lightning
Yeah.
arrow? Okay. So I will say this arrow kind of grazes your arm, and you definitely have like a sick on your arm.
I was actually
And,
trying to go for the wings so we couldn't take off again.
I see. Okay, you got a
Yeah,
20.
that has to happen now.
Okay. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, you got a 20. So I will say I do still want him to be able to fly, but it will be, I will say whenever he take off.
Okay.
Because of that.
I'm going to say Okay. I guess the best thing I can do in this situation is I'm going to shoot 4 arrows up into there, not really intending to hit him. but they're just sort of
Okay.
there. And I guess the best thing would be like if Zhetai trips them, then something happens. But I'm trying to be quiet about it.
I see.
But besides that,
I get the feeling you missed on purpose.
I could just be a lousy shot. I mean, worth a chance. Also, what is Sari up to now?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, what is Sari?
Hey Shea, real question that Corvin is thinking. How long until the train gets here?
Uh-huh. I mean, like, it's under construction. A train might pass. There are multiple train stations in Salem. This isn't the only one. So a train might come past this train station.
That's
but,
all he
like,
needs. He just needs to know how long it takes until the big, loud, clattering train passes by.
I would say maybe like 30
Fuck,
minutes.
okay. Shea, I'm trying to end the session.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. No, it's
Okay.
fine. It's
You
fine.
want
There's
this
a-
man to get hit by
It's
a
just that
train?
there's a thing that I
Okay,
want to
okay.
happen. It's not 30 minutes in reality, like 30
Right,
minutes
okay.
in game.
Okay.
There's a thing that I
Okay,
want
so
to happen.
am I alone in this building? Like, is it just me and these 3 people?
Yeah, there's no one else in here.
Cool. So
We are outmanned, outgunned.
all right. I've been trying to play nice, I guess, but you know.
Can see that we're all doing
But first
sort
of all, tell me what
ranged
Sari's
stuff,
going to do, because that's going to have to play into what I have
and
to
I
do
don't
next.
really have that besides another
Mhm.
thunder wave. Does he want to make another? Does he want to make a Constitution saving throw? You fail.
I can do that.
That is 9.
That's a 12.
Oof. Okay. Oof. Okay. So yeah, so this whole building kind of shakes, and I think that, like,
Okay, that's 21 points of damage. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
okay.
Like, altogether.
you
it's
just-
21 minus my total. Yeah.
I see.
I'm keeping track of it
Oh,
all
I see.
together because he has an HP max. You know?
Oh, I see. Okay. So, yeah, I'd say, like, you're trying to fly and this whole building shakes, and I'd say you kind of, like, briefly, like, hit up against the ceiling, and you are kind of knocked down onto, like, one of the rafters for a minute. You can get yourself
Okay.
back,
The-
but yeah,
okay.
that hurt a little bit.
Okay. And since I'm on the rafters, Zhetai's like right about to pounce me, yeah?
Hey, I for one kind of like this loose based.
He might be a little ways away, but
Yeah.
Definitely not within melee range.
oh shoot! I should have
What?
Like I want you.
made you guys roll initiative. I forgot to do that.
That was very impromptu. Like,
Yeah, we haven't really
Okay.
engaged each other yet. We're just kind of like trying to outdo each other at this point. But as he's
it's
see.
more like a series
Okay.
of warning shots. Almost.
it's really weird. But I think I'm about to have to break
the
that
hunt.
because if Zhetai's coming at me and I still have
Oh, I'm not coming at it.
okay, then I'm just sort of there. Okay.
I want to say probably like 10 feet.
Okay.
10 feet away.
I'll make this easier. I'll make this easier for you, B. Rin sees you kind of have this moment where you have to, like, get yourself back up, and he will fly up to meet you. And so he's kind of, like, right in front of you now, and he pulls out a, like, I think, like, I think he pull out like a crossbow and just kind of like isn't gonna shoot it, but like aims it at him.
Yeah, this
And
is. I think in his head, Corvus is like, "This is," you know what I mean? He's very clearly on the defensive now.
And and so he kind of like narrows his eyes at him and just says, "Come quietly, and this doesn't have to get messy."
Come quietly, and then your mother questions me, I get locked away, and then I end up doing the same thing I was gonna do anyway?
And what would
Nothing.
that be?
You grossly misunderstand my plan. I don't need to do anything. Ultimately, as much as I think that drow ass hat Jarlaxle is, how shall we say, 2 eggs short of a dozen, I gotta give the drow some credit. Bringing down this city might not be that bad of a plan. So I'm not gonna help, but I'm just gonna let this go. And if you just let me go, then I don't have to hurt you. It'd be amazing to see how much an Upper Sylum noble child would go up for if I held you for ransom. How much money could I pilfer from your mother's pocket? How much money would get out of the hands of corrupt politicians?
He kind of like narrows his eyes at him, and like his finger is like on the trigger. He's probably not going to shoot at you unless you like continue, but he is definitely like getting
He
there.
kind of like takes a step closer to Rin, the metal clanging on the metal, just like, you call yourself a hero. You say that you are doing things for the good of the city. You like to think you're keeping your father's legacy, but really, you're just helping the corruption that lets the people of Lower Sylum suffer. I don't think dear old dad would be all too proud of that.
Yeah, Zhetai lets another arrow fly right at him. He's had enough of monologuing.
Oh, okay.
Holy fucking shit, no way.
Did you crit?
I fucking crit. That is a natural 20 plus 6. Crit does double damage, right?
Oh,
That is
fuck.
That is 10 and 16?
16 doubled is...
Wow.
That is...
30. He is bloodied. But he's not down.
Ooh.
That bloodied is
Okay.
D&D terms for about half.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, dude is near enough that Zhetai would have gone for headshot.
Oh. Fuck. Okay, but he's not.
down.
He's not down, but he's probably missing an eye.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Your smugness makes me sick. Make your point, make it quickly. 2 sentences at most, or I shoot you again. Unfucking guard.
Does he have an arrow in his eye?
Probably.
That would kill him.
It's fantasy.
It is like it's technically an incorporeal arrow, kind of.
Yeah, it's a magic arrow. It's not like the literal metal breach.
He doesn't have a literal arrow in his eye, but he took an arrow to the face.
Oh my god.
just
Okay.
basically
Wow.
point blank
Okay.
range.
I think what happens is he's been wearing a mask
Oh
and
my
it just
God.
kind of cracks from that shot too. And you just see his full face and
Oh, I see. So this is I see. So this is why he's not. This is why he's not.
Yeah.
He had that mask. Yeah. He had that
He
mask on,
did.
went through the mask, and the sharp part has definitely like damaged his eye, but it is not like through his
That's fair.
head.
I
It's
kind
just
of
damaged
regret
his
not
eye.
calling the shot. I've been researching called shot mechanics, and I kind of regret not calling the shot. But yeah,
You just see him like kind of wipe the blood away from it and just like looks to you and just goes like, "You have been all too quiet lately." And he shoots an arrow in the air and just like you see the stereotypical cartoony thing of him like thumping his foot and looking at like an invisible watch. And he's gonna cast Conjure Barat.
I would also say at this point you hear
I hear what?
it's like a loud whistle in the like a
He's
train
grinning
whistle.
ear to ear
This
now,
train is
and he
coming.
just like looks at that invisible watch and just goes, "Hear that, boys? Train's coming around." And he jumps off of the rafters, lets himself fall, and Conjure Barrage is going to kick in. I throw a non-magical weapon or piece of ammunition into the air, and a cone of identical arrows shoot forward and then disappear. Each creature in a 60-foot zone, meaning Zhetai and Rin, need to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit.
So, like,
Okay.
he shot one arrow in the air, and, like, 10 just... Ranger spells are interesting.
Whoa. Okay. That is a 19 plus 8.
Okay, yeah, you're going
27.
to take only half. And what about Rin?
Yep. Rin got a 7.
Woof.
So that's going to be 6, 7, 18. Yeah, Zhetai's taking 7 points of piercing damage, and Rin is taking 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
It's 3d8s. This is a third level spell.
Okay.
But wouldn't half
Oh,
wouldn't
poor
half
baby.
of 18 be 9 damage?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm stupid. Yeah, you take 9.
Okay. It'd be half damage.
Zhetai takes 9 at half, and Rin takes 18 at full.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Rin still takes.
And
Okay.
with that, he just
So-
like descends and just kind of holds himself in the air, waiting for the train to pass. At which point, he's just kind of planning to crouch, cling into the metal of the train with his talons, and just let it take him out of the scene.
Have we forgotten that Calem exists?
He's still throwing up outside.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you want to do anything else?
I mean, normally that's Rin's job, but okay.
Yeah, he's kind of doing this.
26
Should
to
Sari be in
who?
the zone? No, it would only hit the rafters from 60 feet, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry doesn't
I
have.
think
have to make
if
a
that's
save.
the case, I think on his way down, he's just gonna, just knock one in Sari's direction. Not really sure if he's gonna hit, more so to just like knock her off balance for a split second, but I am gonna roll to hit anyway.
Okay.
Shit, that might actually. It's a longbow.
Oh no.
24 plus 2 because archery, so 26 to hit.
Ouch.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Actually,
You.
You.
I do.
It's just
What's
one
he
arrow,
doing
though.
to me?
I'm gonna say it's like he's kind of like going for like ankle.
Can
foot. Basically, he's
Can
more
I
so
use
trying
my
to
reaction?
get them
Use
away
deflect
and less
missiles,
so
which
as
is the
trying to
one
kill.
thing I
You know
never
what
thought
mean?
I'd be
He's not
able to
enchanting
do.
This arrow. He's just
I see. I will say you can
Okay,
try
you can use your reaction
to
to
dodge
deflect or catch
this,
the missile when you're hit by
Sorry.
a ranged weapon attack.
but you
You do so.
probably won't.
because
Yes.
Sari has not
You do
taken
so the damage
damage,
you take
right?
from the
So
attack
Colossus Slayer
is
wouldn't
reduced
kick
by
in.
1d10 plus
But-
10.
Yeah,
If you
that's
do
true.
Sorry.
Oh,
zero
you're
and
right,
have a
yeah.
free hand, you can spend one key point to make a ranged attack with a range of 20, 60.
I'm shooting an arrow at you.
By yeeting the arrow into his face. Okay, wait, what was the damage I was going to take?
Hey!
Hell yes. I was waiting for you to say
How
that.
does it
Oh,
work?
heck yeah. You can catch it? Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
throw
gonna
it
light
back.
an arrow, so
That's
she's
right.
literally gonna
You
throw
can
lightning at him
literally
again.
shoot him right back.
Okay. So first of all, if the
Although, I mean, I will say,
wait,
He's gone. He's outta
We
here.
have to run
Okay.
this. We have to run the clock on this. I need to roll the damage, and I need to see if the D10 minus 10 is enough to bring it to 0. So,
Okay.
see, now, Sari has been, like, literally throwing, like, lightning at him this whole time, yeah? It's been 2 thunder waves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, let me see how much extra... Yeah, he's casting lightning arrow because he thinks it's like, hey, look at me being poetic. But if you fail, if your D10 minus 10 isn't enough to bring it to 0, you get to throw lightning at him a third time. Is the way I'm imagining. So the base damage of the arrow shot is a D8 plus 4.
Okay.
5
Now
plus 4
reduce
is
by
9.
10 plus 10.
But I do think I have. Yeah, favorite enemy is humanoids, so that's 10, 11, 12,
Of course
13.
it is.
Well, of course it had to be. He's a bounty hunter. 13. So that's 13 damage. And then once lightning arrow loads on the STEM computer, it is. Holy shit! I didn't know it was that many d8s of lightning. 13.
Oh wow.
23, 45, 46, 29 points of damage would be the total with the lightning arrow. Because it is a third level spell.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's 6
So
points
that
of
would
damage.
you'd still be taking 9 damage if that's there. Because it's Sari would be able to like catch it, but it would probably still like shock their hand a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think yes. I'll say sorry. Yeah, sorry you catch
This
it.
is the episode
but
where we realized that
it
Sari
does
is just
kind of like
for
cut your
some
hand a little
reason,
bit, and
a
you
cool character.
like it.
I
shocks you
thought
a
lightning
little
arrow
bit.
would be like an extra 2d8, not 4.
Yeah, no, it definitely hurts to catch this arrow, but hit you.
Whew.
Yeah, I need to do better. I
Yeah.
need to play ranger more because this is actually not.
I'm gonna say Zhetai like hits the ground feet first and like looks up just in time to see Sari literally catch a fucking arrow midair and his just mouth hanging open, just
she just like
dumbfounded.
does a peace
Yeah.
sign at him as she catches it. She's like, "Oh, what's up? How are you?"
It's like the immigrant song plays and she catches it. It's like the reverse of Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
Oh my god. So so as you kind of take this like admire Sari's
That's when
coolness,
I want to say that as
Um,
Sari catches it, that's when Calem walks in. He
what
just
is
like sees this and just faints. You just hear like as the train goes by, it's just you guys are dead.
I love this idea of literally Sari turning to face Calem and then like reaching out a hand at like the speed of light to catch the arrow
Yeah.
without even looking at it, just Hawkeye style, like, oh hey, sup?
That's
And
amazing.
Calem just like passes the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And would I just land on the train and just dip?
Yep.
Calem has passed out. How's Rin looking? Because I know he took all 18 of them.
Yeah. Sorry to put a little damper on this happy moment, but this arrow has gone straight through one of his wings and he is on the ground in pain.
Oh no, I can help him.
Okay.
Wendy, I can cast a
Oh, yeah, you're a
healing word
bard
because I
now.
know healing stuff.
Oh wow.
I keep
You
forgetting
keep
what
forgetting
bard
that I know
stuff
magic.
is.
I do cool stuff. I do things that is hurting and
That
also
is very
healing because I
bard.
want it
Sorry.
to be useful.
See, now we don't need any more characters.
And
We don't need anybody
She can
else.
hit hard and heal. We
Huh?
don't know. She can hit hard and heal.
it's just
Anyway.
sorry podcast.
No, I would make more
Alright.
jokes, but it like
So
yeah, time.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be done like after. Yeah.
It's also 2:30 in the morning.
that was my final spell slot, and he now has 4 more points of health, if that helps him.
That helps
He's probably like not beating it anymore.
Yeah, I mean that helps. Like,
I don't know much good
That's-
heal. I don't know any
that's
good
okay.
songs about healing.
no, that helps like a tiny bit.
Better soon.
He actually looks up to you, Sari, and he's like, "Thanks for trying," and he just collapses.
I want to imagine, like, it's like, I just imagine, just for the sake of comedy here, so we know, Calem's bag with all the graded papers is in that is in that gala hall, so not getting those back.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Yeah.
those are now evidence in a criminal case. Good job, Calem.
So I'm going to do kind of like a jump cut to you are back in Oletta's office, and she just has her like hands clasped over her mouth, and she like inhales deeply, and it's just like, I apologize in advance for my language, but what the actual
Fuck.
Calem just goes,
Oh, I thought you were going to say fuck.
You did nothing I told you to do. He got away, and my son is.
Calem just kind of like puts up a finger and goes, in our defense,
I did heal him.
you did.
For what?
In our defense, you told us he was going to be a vagabond. You didn't tell us he had were-ravens.
Or that he was a trained hunter.
I did catch the lightning arrow. Do you want it?
Yes, you can keep.
Can I
you can
keep the lightning
fucking
arrow? Sorry, still holding it.
That was incredibly badass. Point being,
Thank you.
there was a train.
He shot this at my face.
He caught the train. It's the points in the general direction of the station under construction. Going east. Where does that go?
We know we can get you a rough idea of where he's at, but we didn't know what we were up against. We expected like a thug. Zhetai was right. This guy was trained beyond anything we expected. He managed to cast like lightning and fire on his arrows.
I knew.
You're not dealing with your run-of-the-mill ruffian.
Rin did see his face. That is all I know.
I shouldn't have done this. I assumed that he was small scale. I thought, he was just some young rebel. I guess things are a lot more serious than I thought.
He spoke of what did he say? Bringing down the city, and I think he meant that literally.
Calem just kind of like woozes out and goes, I didn't catch much, but the one thing I did hear was that he wasn't doing it. It was more like he wasn't gonna stop.
He was a spectator.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna stop what was gonna happen, but he wasn't part of it.
I see. So he and Jarlaxle
I'm
aren't.
starting to regret my fall of man quip from earlier.
See, I told you that would come in later. So, okay, I'm being serious again. So he wasn't working with Jarlaxle.
It sounded like they were familiar, but not associates.
I assumed that they might have been working together, but
He said he was. I do not remember the exact phrasing, but he essentially wanted to watch the world burn. Is more or less the vibe.
I shouldn't laugh at that. But All right. I'm sorry for getting angry. It's just this did not go how I was hoping. But
It's rare that things do, if it helps them.
She nods. But we've dealt with worse, so...
Zhetai did say he saw his face, though. That's something.
Yes. Any information that you have would be valuable.
I did not see it very well. I believe Rin did, since he was up close. I just shot the motherfucker in the face.
Yeah, he might be a little less of a trick shot now,
Missing an eye? Yeah.
one eye down.
Mm.
So that might be a blessing, guys. But the real problem seemed to be his were-raven making powers.
She kind of nods at all of this.
He doesn't seem like he has a lot of innate magic, but he seems incredibly decked out tech-wise.
I wonder how he got possession of that.
Sorry, anything you noticed? I was out for most of it. Most of what I've got is from Rin and Zhetai.
No.
Sorry, did you
Just
miss anything?
I did break a lot of bottles, and I want to apologize for that. I did it because I needed to kill the werewolf ravens.
That's fine.
Collateral damage.
Yes, all that will likely be paid for. She just looks like very stressed out. Well, okay, we
got as much information out of a chance encounter that we can. There is a way to track him, though. If you can detect the magic coming from his were-raven making talon claw.
He's like a beacon in the night.
Okay. She looks a little bit more like. I mean, Oleta is a sorcerer.
And if it helps you any, Miss Oleta, detect magic is spell kids, so most spellcasters here might know it.
Okay, you see her eyes like light up. She's a bit happier to see this information. And she goes, well, even if things didn't go exactly how we'd planned them, this is useful information. Thank you.
You do have a duo of hella good wizards. I will throw that out.
That's true. Actually, I should mention, it seems that they did uncover some information. I will say that Rika and Mimi are back here with you as well. And she kind of like glances over at them for a moment, and kind of like her expression changes, and she sort of sighs and says, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it appears that your father has been up to some suspicious business. We don't know exactly what role he played, but it appears he did have something to do with the Malsum.
Yikes. Calem also kind of like seems to notice, like, by the by, I also have something that's maybe not important. All I'll say is, Miss Oleta, you may want to look into Rin's pin, especially where it came, because we'll talk later. It's probably not a big deal, but it could be. I don't know. A lot of stuff happened. I passed out. My grading scale for the kids is gone. Their little essays are gone. I'm just gonna give them A's for it. This is on me.
The good news is he is now missing an eye and a very large chunk of his ego.
It's true. And we have a way to catch him in the act, no matter where he is in the city.
Okay. She nods. And you see like Mimi looks pretty upset at this information. Rika's kind of like folded her arms and just looks like angry. You kind of see Oleta like she always kind of has this very stately demeanor, but you see her face soften a bit, and she says, this was a lot, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like to do something nice for all.
All right.
Gold, that would be very nice.
Oh yes, oh yes. And she hands you like, I'm gonna say, I'll say she gives each of you like.
What?
What?
I didn't catch that.
She gives each of you 50 gold.
Nice. Caleb
Yeah.
just kind of smiles a bit at that. That is almost worth the vomiting.
That is almost worth getting shot.
I mean, I got a cool lightning arrow. I don't know what you guys expected, and I have a top hat. I don't know why you guys expected you were going to get presents.
Calem also kind of mumbles to himself, like, by the way, I'll probably end up paying for that bike because, oof, it is not in good condition anymore. I'll just take it with. I'll pay for a new one and take the disastered one with. Sorry, likes it.
Can we keep the bike, please?
I'll pay for a replacement and we'll take the dinged up and vomited on one.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it is like
A mark of my shame.
oh no!
We can clean the bike.
But you can't clean the shame.
I think like oh,
Actually, if you use Clorox, it gets out the shame quite nicely.
you actually like see Aletta, I mean, is Rin's mom, and she's aware of like a running joke is like Rin's constitution. I mean,
It's disastrous.
it's see like okay, it is his lowest stat, but it's not that. However, every single time I roll for Rin's constitution, it is abysmal. He always fails, and so like Aletta, as his mother, is aware of this fact, and so like hearing Calem relay the same information, she's oh no, I'm like way too familiar with this. So you actually, it's like a stressful situation. So you actually see Oletta like laugh, like genuinely kind of laugh. It's not like laughing at Calem's pain, but just like
Fuck, dude, she needs a reason to laugh.
yeah, like you see her kind of genuine. She's just like, all right, I'll like I said, I wanted to do something nice from you. So if I'd like you to enjoy your stay in Sylum. So if you'd like to come and have some dinner, I would love to prepare that for you.
Okay. That sounds like a nice way to end this evening.
Sure. Let me just.
And he pulls an arrow out of his arm.
Let me just fix this real quick.
Oh my god. She kind of like okay. And
Point being, he hasn't gotten healed yet.
that's true.
There has to be a healer in this government-affiliated building. Otherwise, in a world like this, that's just...
I know. I'm just making the point of like, shall we go to dinner? Yeah. Let me just rips arrow out of arm. Let me
Yeah.
get this fixed up first.
Yeah. Yes, actually, I was thinking that Rin would probably like to see you when he wakes up, so we were going to stop at the infirmary anyway, follow us there. And so then we would like
Yes, that would be very lovely.
yeah. So then the very last scene, we will cut to later in the night. Rin is woken up, and I think they've allowed him to like go back home. This is a reality where magic exists. So like they've healed him to the point where he can go home after one night, but he's definitely like bandaged up, and it will probably fly again, unfortunately. But Oletta has prepared some dinner. Rin's like a little bit upset, like disappointed to the news that he can't fly or do much of anything for a while, but he's happy to have all of his Rika and Mimi are there too. Mimi's kind of like sitting next to him, being as like comforting as she can. And you have this nice dinner with them. I will say their house is like really nice, but it's like it could probably be nicer. Like their house is definitely more humble than the like state building, and you also see like a lot of Rin's father's things. Like there are some like if you were to like look around, you'd probably notice some like journals, some like different like inventions that have either been like finished or. And at a certain point, Rin actually takes out a little like a lyre, like a little guitar, and it's like the sun is kind of starting to go down over the city, and he plays you a little song, and I will do my best to sing part of it.
You can picture happy gatherings round the fire long ago, and you think of tearful partings when they left you here below. One by one their seats were empty, one by one they went away. Now the family is parted. Will it be complete one day? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? Is a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky?